For the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Both our TVs, two different channels.
There's a tiger.
There's a tiger on the TVs warming up. I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. I know there's this counterculture out there that feels so differently. I'm so much more interested when he's playing. And I know he's like one-legged. Sure. And, you know, and I know that there's golfers out there that are killing it.
The game of golf.
But I just root for him. I want him to come back and win like 9 tournaments.
Yes. It's more interesting.
It is. And I wonder when and if that's gonna go away. Like at what point is all right, he's done. I don't like, will Tiger ever play on the Champions Tour? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's him.
Right?
Yeah.
And then at what point are you like, I'm getting older and I can't necessarily compete with the I'm trying to think
with the kids?
Yeah. And honestly, I'm trying to think of an example where, and I'm not enough of a golf historian to know this, but, you know, are there other huge golfers that never played on the senior tour? You know, I'm like, I don't have memories of Jack Nicklaus playing on the Champions, but I think he did.
I think he did, yeah.
I know that like Tom Watson does, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
You know, Tiger's going to be 50, next year, I think.
Is that right?
I think he is, yeah. Either next year or the year after.
Celebrity birthdays.
Big celebrity birthday. And, you know.
Actually, if I remember right, I think he's late December. I think it's him and LeBron on the same day.
Yep. He'll be 49 December 30th. He'll be 49 on December 30th, and then the long countdown, or what ends up being the very, very short countdown. So yeah, we'll see. And good morning, everybody. Welcome.
Good morning.
Appreciate you.
Good to be with you.
Hey, you know, it's great to be with you all. We really appreciate you coming in each and every day. And today is Wednesday. Hey, speaking of golf, we've got we have a golf event coming up later today with our good friends out at Hagen Oaks, raising a little moolah there, hopefully. Tom Morton and friends do such a wonderful job there. How's your putting, Jason?
Yeah. Well, I haven't played this year, so.
Well, then it's probably great if you go by my my whatever. What I did the other day. It's like glorified miniature golf, right? You're putting through wow. Hey, what? No way. That's just weird. Okay, sometimes I forget.
Mine's been in the wash a few times.
A little bit. I picked out.
We're wearing the uniform.
This is
Chris
so
has his
weird.
on too.
I picked this out this morning, got out of the shower, was going through stuff. Jason, I don't think I've worn this shirt in at least a year.
I think I wore this yesterday.
And so it's an old gray KHTK Sports 1140, you know, old school logo, man.
Yeah.
Like classic logo, throwback, city edition.
Yes.
And you come in your normal hoodie and you've got the same exact shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're just lame.
What are
Which one?
Yeah, I guess both of them. What are the odds of that? That's a goocher. That's hinky.
I called you.
We should keep these on later. Just show up. Hi, everybody.
You should say to your teammate, like, "Oh, you didn't get the memo.
Oh,
We're
my
all
God.
wearing the shirt."
Well, Scott Marshall will be out there, so yeah, that's exactly what we should do. Hey, Scott.
I'm at the
the other one.
the other one.
I saw him. You tell about our big boss. I always like poking at him. Yesterday, he
Why?
was walking up. I just didn't find. He was walking up me. Hey, David, how you doing? He was wearing jeans, so I was like, "Hey, it's a casual day," and I feel like that just stayed with him all day long, because he's very prim and proper and whatever. Much like Chris is becoming now.
Yeah.
Now that he's
Chris is wearing a suit.
Three-piece.
How weird would Chris look? Like if he just rolled in a suit one day for like a manager's meeting, like how brutal would we be towards him that day? Well, you would.
Yeah.
I would. I would be.
You were that one day when I was dressed really nice.
Yeah. Because it's just what?
And then I told you why I was dressed nice.
You felt really great, didn't you?
Wait, hold on though. I mean, let's bring this on the air because not specifically, but wasn't it like you were dressed to go to a funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and as you were making fun of me, you
Yeah.
like halfway through, you realized another reason why I might just be dressed up.
That's it. Yeah. Because he's all dressed nice. I'm like, look at you.
Oh, do you have that big meeting today?
Right. You're like, no, I'm going to do it. I was like, oh, well, all right. Next. Move on. It's always some weird thing. Chris is taunting me lately by sending me screenshots of
It's working.
the game he played. It lives rent free in my head. I'm on like my second reset on Royal Match. I just got the magic ball. I'm having fun. Meanwhile, he's on like level 4,800.
No, I'm at
Oh,
4438.
excuse me. I don't think I've gotten to 2,000. I usually get right up there and I reset it. Have you spent any money on it?
No.
None?
No.
Remember the
How's
look
your
of
fishing game going?
fishing?
Yeah.
Like catching fish fishing?
No, you're fish.
Your slot machine where the fish is like the bonus
You had
game.
like billions.
Oh, that game
That's
can
so
go
yesterday.
straight to hell. Yeah, I haven't even touched it. I every like couple weeks I'll go back to the slot machines and they'll be like, "Hey, here's your welcome back bonus. Here's a few billion coins," and I'll get like a nice little total for gathering all my bonuses. And then I start spinning the slots. It takes me about 60 to 120 seconds just to completely kill it and get down to bankrupt. And I'm like, well, that was fun, and I'm sure glad I stuck around for those 9 pop-ups. Pop-up ads you threw at me. I'm good. Thanks. Next. And to think, I used to spend money on that game too. Shut up, Chris. A couple of updates. The hot plate shows up today from all Amazon.
Yeah.
And I also ordered
Craig Amazon.
it's Craig Amazon, old friend of the show.
What was the hot plate for again?
For biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. I
Yeah.
thought it was for a taco. That's
Well,
a pataco.
truth be told, a hot plate you can do a ton of stuff with.
True.
So
Can we touch it?
can you touch the hot plate?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
I do kind of wonder. This is gonna be a fun experiment because I do wonder how long this is gonna last before we get shut down on this. Probably, I as soon as somebody gets wind of it, I can almost get. Oh, it's a fire hazard. Can't
Well,
do
don't
it.
mention it on the air.
No,
Yeah.
of course not. I even ordered a whisk in a little pot so that I could just bring it
That you
here.
originally called whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little whiskey. And then actually I had a funny thought last night because I was like, well, I'll probably just store it in here
Yeah.
just to tick off
Put it under the dog bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll have to take some stuff. I'll grab the dog bed. Well, we got you have to email, right? That we got a new cleaning service.
They're on it.
Yeah, they're on it. Great job, guys. It really is just kind of a.
I think it's a vacuum and take the trash out.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
The rest of this, it's kind of like a frat house in here.
Yeah.
That's fine. We just need the mics to work. And
Right.
The TVs and the computers. We don't care. But yeah, I'm gonna plug it in here. Just sit here on the show, make the gravy. I was looking on YouTube yesterday. I'll make the biscuits at home the night before, bring them in a thing, and then you wrap them up in a moist paper towel and microwave them. I'll probably ask you to do that since I can't do two. You just don't microwave, bring it back.
And then bring the microwave in again.
That's what I mean. You could. That's a lot of work. Figure we could just steal the microwave downstairs, and then that's it. And a little gravy over the top. A couple of forks. 3 forks, biscuits and gravy.
Yum.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need. I could probably get away with, honestly, we could probably put some butter and some maple syrup in the fridge downstairs. I could get a bag of the pancake mix. Honestly, why not just bring in a waffle iron?
There you go.
I feel like we should just have like a couple of basic things, like a little tiny kitchenette.
Mm-hmm.
And then why couldn't we just sit here and have the occasional, you feel like some waffles? Let's have some waffles.
We should have a show chef where they just stand in the corner and then when
yes.
Hey, I could use an omelet right now. Oh,
that's great. A show chef, a chef.
Yeah. Chef Petrie.
Chef Petrie. Told you I planted a peach tree and we called it Jeff Peachtree. Did I tell you that? It's a true story. I don't mind being that. You know what? I'm happy to. I would like to do that.
Okay.
That is fun for me, and I feel like there's basic things we could have here that are relatively easy. Ultimately, I think it would be a blast just to cook while we're doing the show.
Yeah,
and just like not even really
watch me cook.
Just watch me cook. I got the waffle iron here, some paper plates, margarine or butter, and the maple syrup. A couple of forks. You just have a little stash. Hide it in your office. You're big. You guys, everyone has an office, but you have an office, right?
I do.
Yeah, everyone has an office on the show but me.
This is kind of yours.
This is kind of my office, yeah. And then, just sitting here with a waffle iron. I mean, you like waffles, right? Who doesn't like waffles?
Psychopaths.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little one of them little whipped creams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I think it would improve the show.
Okay.
I think everyone's.
Let's see.
How could you have a bad attitude with a waffle in your stomach?
That's what I'm talking about. How could you? And here's the best part. We can even get creative some days. You have a waffle, right? And then you put a bunch of stuff in the middle of the waffle, fold it up. You have a waffle taco.
Yeah.
Now I'll take that as a taco.
That's only because it's a frozen treat that's already been established, the Choco Taco.
That went away, but is now coming back.
Yeah, those are great.
What Choco Tacos went away?
Yeah.
Why? What?
They're vacation.
Oh, come on, man. Anyways, good morning. Welcome in. I don't really have much. How was your night?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched a little basketball.
Watched a little bit of basketball. Yeah.
Had sliders for dinner.
Sliders?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to Sam's Club and they sell this thing with like 18 pre-made. They're fresh though. They're not frozen, but the ground beef people, I think, have a machine. The butchers, the ground beef people, and it turns out 18 little circular tiny patties, and we just had some sliders. Hey, and you know what we had with them, Jason? We didn't have fries or whatever. You know what we
Tots?
had? I'll tell you, my wife threw a curveball. She did decide. It's the rice-a-roni blue box of angel hair pasta with like herbs.
Oh yeah, herb and cheese.
Yeah. I tell you, that's enjoyable.
Yeah,
that's a good, fun little. It's very good. It's a good little side dish. Super easy, really good. Underrated. Rice-a-roni is underrated.
I agree with that.
I love
Very
rice.
versatile.
There's some basic things out there that are underrated. Rice-a-roni, underrated. Shake and bake, underrated to me.
I haven't had shake and bake in a long time.
Oh man, just get some little not too thick, not too thin pork chops.
Mm-hmm.
Shake them up, put them on some tin foil with a little spray. Throw them in the oven. Maybe a little country gravy or hollandaise.
Shake
and bake. Also, what we've got, I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. It does go against my instincts, but we always have these bags now they've got some really good instant mashed potatoes out there now, like all kinds of different
flavors. Much better than they used to be.
Oh, far, far better than like in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have mashed potatoes are great, but they're just such a bee to make.
Right.
You got a boiled potato and then cut on, dice on, they're better.
Right.
But
then there's some work going on.
Yeah, and a lot of dishes and you got potato flying everywhere. Also, by the way, apparently my wife let me know. Remember I told you there was a little bit of a stomach issue with our puppy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
All over the floor. Yeah. Apparently my wife literally vomited cleaning it up.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
You came home to a crime scene.
I did kind of come. Oh, yeah. I mean, she'd had it all dealt with by the time I got there, but poopy puppy. Because it eats everything. This dog is really like a toddler. Just can't not chew. She's taken to grabbing remotes now. So it's come up, grab it because she knows we say no. So she's just like mischievous. She'll come up, grab the remote, run away. If we don't watch her, we had to look all over the place for the remote to our fan the other day. We found it in the couch cushions in the other room. because she goes and hides them.
Nice.
So probably putting her down this weekend. But it's been a fun few months. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
I kept the receipt.
Yeah.
But they won't let me return her. The 90 days have passed. So
You could be governor with that attitude.
Governor, what is it? North Dakota?
I think South Dakota.
South Dakota. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, we got a streaking defending champion, and Reggie Miller kept saying it last night. I don't often agree with Reggie Miller, but he's so right. Nikola Jokic is one of one. He's one of one, and what a night for him. Also, Caitlin Clark makes her WNBA debut as well with a double-double. So we'll talk about that and more leading off for a Wednesday. It's coming up right after I tell you about what's happening with my friends at American Energy. I'm trying to drive it home while supplies last. Hey, listen, many of you, if you're like me, have already run the air conditioner. With this 90-degree weather. And here's a guess on my part. You're gonna run the air conditioner more between now and October. Why deal with those big surprise SMUD bills that are just going to skyrocket like a car payment? You're basically paying a car payment every month for your SMUD. Make the switch to electric. Do it now. Do it before everybody and their mother's doing it because it's hot, hot, hot. And do it all with American Energy. Stay ahead of those bills. You can get up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Huge rebates from American Energy and SMUD as well. Plus, they have spring specials. All you got to do is install one of the many incredibly efficient AC options available to you now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter. Get rid of those fluctuating SMUD bills in the summer and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Just let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990, 916-520-9990, AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Count to 30. We'll be right back on Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
Jokic on top. Dancing with Gobert. Three. He's putting together a masterpiece. Another one. Incredible.
It was incredible. Incredible. Nikola Jokic put on a masterclass last night. Yep, he had teammates. It wasn't just him. But going at the reigning, freshly minted defensive player of the year.
Made him look silly.
Made him look absolutely silly. I've been a Jokic guy for a long time. I've had this conversation before, but it's one of my favorite sports conversations. Remember, I've always said to you, what is the Nikola Jokic equivalent? Somebody that's so good, right, that looks like he looks, that plays like he plays, somebody who just has this talent. And we've never really been able to come up with one.
Yeah.
I came up with one last night.
Okay.
And it's a stretch, but I actually think I got it. I don't think we've seen somebody like this since Babe Ruth. It's the only one I can think of. Babe Ruth was a pudgy dude that did not look anything like an athlete whatsoever. And sure, we've had guys like, the great late Tony Gwynn didn't have the moment. We're not just talking about the athletic.
I mean, he looked like an athlete of the time.
Oh, Babe?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, back when athletes could have cigars.
Oh, you want to eat at least a pound of salted meat a day.
I just say you look like Babe. You look like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig next to each other. Babe looked like a guy that was at the Copacabana a little too late the night before. And by the way, also notoriously was like, yeah, baseball is great, but I'm gonna have a little fun in life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what another, and you could throw out like, oh, well, John Daly. Yeah, but John Daly wasn't the greatest golfer in the world for an extended period of time, blah, 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 blah. I think Nikola Jokic is the Babe Ruth of basketball. That's the best I can come up with.
And what's weird is we're at a time where one of the greatest physical marvels of the sport is still going in LeBron James. So you've got LeBron and Jokic playing the same sport, playing it very, very well. With different physical gifts, both with incredible talent.
For sure.
But just shows you there's more ways than one to do things, right?
It really does. And it's one of those like...
It's not the same. Could it be Duncan?
I mean, even Tim Duncan, though. Tim Duncan didn't have this crazy flashy game, so he fits that mold. But Tim Duncan was athletic.
Yes.
And was that. And by the way, the whole thing like Nikola Jokic isn't athletic. No, dude, Nikola Jokic is a world-class athlete. The stamina,
right? The
cardio. And by the way, to be able to have the coordination he does to both throw and catch. I was watching a 2.5 minute sizzle reel on his game last night. It's not just the old man baskets, dude. It's passing on. It's where they throw him the ball and his position to be able to slide over 3 feet and catch it out of the air. It's his passing on the fly, football passes, hitting guys in stride. Like Nikola Jokic isn't just a world-class athlete. He's one of the best basketball athletes in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like right up there with everybody else. He just, again, looks like the guy down the street with the buzz cut that just shows up to play and everybody wants to be on his team. His team always in 4-on-4s and 3-on-3s at the gym. His team always wins somehow. So we'll talk a lot more about that because what a flipping performance he put on last night. In the meantime, Chris, can you do me a favor? Hit the button for cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Let's go here. It's going to pop. It's officially popped. DiVincenzo. An amazing follow.
Dante DiVincenzo talking garbage while backing up is always going to be fun. There's definitely some Chips Ahoy in that series now.
Yeah, you had 2 back-to-back blowouts, right? Indiana doing that, looking like, talking a bunch of mess when they're up big and understandably, and then here are the Knicks following that with their own 30-point blowout. Brunson going off again.
Yep.
Near brawl.
Yep.
Let's go. Game 6.
I'm here for it. I also still go, where was Dante DiVincenzo when he was with us? Like, what? And I understand bad teams, players, whatever.
Yeah. A little bit of opportunity too, right? Getting a lot more minutes, a lot more opportunity.
Yeah.
He was a Warrior too. I thought he was okay there.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were like, he was a Warrior. No. Yeah, he was.
He's fine.
He's fine. He was a Buck too, right?
Yeah, first. Yeah.
So let me ask you something. Do we give Monty McNair credit for going after him and believing in him and making, not only trying to acquire him once, but twice?
Yeah.
And then, or do we give them not credit because we had him and he didn't work out?
Well, we say that they just didn't re-sign him, right?
Yeah.
Signed somewhere else. They brought him in and that group didn't make the playoffs. That was also the end of, that was after what, the Halliburton trade? Just getting Sabonis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind him in the backcourt now.
Sure.
But hey, he's in New York. That's where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo sounds like a New Yorker.
He does.
Seems like a New Yorker.
Fits them well.
More on that.
Good about it.
Hey, you want some pizza? Hey, that's the only accent I have.
Perfect.
Did I sound like a authentic Italian pizza guy?
When you've got an accent that good, why even try another one?
It's because obviously
I thought that was a clip that Chris played.
Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from 3. Will tip inside and lay in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Well, the debut happened. Big sellout. Not Caitlin Clark. And we'll talk about that. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that when we return. Her debut, what she did, what she didn't do, press credentials issued. Also, the Aces got their rings.
Yes.
Those things are gaudy.
Yeah.
They're big.
They're the champs.
Mark Davis has a championship ring.
He does.
Couple. Yeah, that's true. That's right. He does have a couple. So congratulations to them, and congratulations for the WNBA. I'm very interested to see what the numbers look like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be anywhere near Iowa and the NCAA's numbers, but I would like to see, year on year, opening night, how that compared to everyone else.
I can't remember any other year where they were talking about WNBA in the preseason, let alone the start of the season the way they are this year. So, it began last night. There was a lot of fanfare. That's good. That's good for the league. That's good for growth. And now it just needs to keep going. But they don't have to prove anything on day one. I don't know if there's some people out there, this wasn't great or was great, whatever. Just keep going. Just keep playing and keep building your league.
Keep going, keep playing, keep building the league, get chartered flights.
Yeah.
What's next?
They're making all the steps.
What's next? 4-star hotels, catered food. I'm here for the day when my son is doing mornings on KHTK 20 years from now, God forbid. And there's this big roundtable discussion. These pampered WNBA athletes, back in my day, they flew commercial and they took time to talk to people and sign autographs. Now you can't even, between their shoe deals and their private jets, you can't even. I liked it more when they were making $75 a year, and now they're making $30 million. It's just not the same. These entitled women and their basketball. I'm here for that.
I'm so mad. I'm bringing the dog bed home.
Dog bed's still here in 20 years. That's beautiful. We'll take a break. By the way, I'm getting killed
for
the whole mashed potatoes thing.
Oh, I thought it was for your accent.
Take the time and make the mashed potatoes. It's just I'm not trying to tell you potatoes and the
I think you were saying if you had the time and you were really making something to impress,
correct,
you would do that.
Look,
and I believe you said they're getting much better.
And they are getting much. It's not the same as it was in the bag, both nutritionally and tastily. That's not a word. And it's like, look, you come home, everyone's been out all day. It's 7:30 at night. You just got home from your kids' tournament or whatever the hell. Everyone's super hungry. You got to throw some stuff together. You don't want to go get. I mean, look. It's better than fast food.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could just make a salad. Okay, well, you know what? Stick your salad. How about that? Stick it right there.
Salad.
Why don't you have a chocolate salad, pal? We'll take a break. When we come back, Caitlin Clark's debut is next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at PlumasPinesGolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit PlumasPinesGolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's PlumasPinesGolf.com.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
This time of year can mean only one thing: Jeeps, Jeeps, and more Jeeps. It's Jeep season at Lodi Jeep Superstore. Leonard Harrington here, and I can't wait to tell you about what we've got going on, because we're talking Jeeps and big savings too. Now you can get the 2024 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 for only $26,999. That's right, just $26,999. And of course, it comes loaded with features like rear view camera, power tailgate, blind spot monitor, Bluetooth, 4-wheel drive, and much, much more for only $26,999.
More than 5 available with this offer. MSRP $27,495. Lodi CDJR discount $496 equals a sales price of $26,999. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
We're talking Jeeps. We're talking big savings too during the Jeep season, going on now at the Lodi Jeep Superstore, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
Yeah!
There is a different vibe at night at the Hagen Oaks Range, powered by Top Tracer. It's more relaxed, with golfers and newbies side by side enjoying the technology used on televised golf tournaments. Play a variety of fun games. Play Pebble Beach. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Or treat yourself to 9 holes on the Mackenzie putting course. Hungry? The Hangout Food Truck offers burgers, chicken strips, and more. And don't forget to check the summer-long free concert schedule at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, Fulton Avenue and Cap City Freeway.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Well, Jason's mood is ruined. Just ruined.
Why's that?
Well, the NFL has made an announcement Netflix is finalizing a deal. Finalizing a deal to stream 2 NFL Christmas Day games. That means the NFL will now have exclusive games on 4 different streaming services: Netflix, Peacock, Amazon, ESPN Plus.
This seems like a cash grab.
A little bit. Like, I don't, first off, if you want to see all of these, you got to have, and let me see here. Do I have all those? I think I do.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? So, like, but the thing about, everyone has Netflix, right? For the most part. Amazon, that's part of your Prime deal every year for you get the free delivery. You get the ESPN, Disney, Hulu bundle. And then Peacock's like, what, $5 a month or something? I'm not poo-pooing $5 a month. But, here's a tip, by the way, for a lot of people. If you have, like, certain Visas or American Expresses, they have a little on your app. They have a offers button at the bottom. And make sure you check those every month. Because, like, for example, I think Amex has a deal. I'm not doing a spot here, by the way. This is just where it's like, they basically pay for a lot of these services if you put them on your card. You just got to pay the balance, when you can. But if you get a chance, check your card deals, because a lot of them now they'll either pay for it or they'll pay for a good portion of it in a refund, so you can kind of make the expense a little bit easier. It's still cheaper than when I had like DirecTV and the Sunday Ticket. That was ridiculous. But to your point I think we talked about it yesterday, the really annoying thing is, okay, there's some sports on and I'm on Amazon and I can't just click to the other game. Right. I have to exit, go to the other app, wait for the other app to open. Then and to be honest, I think that's a big reason why these are so also attractive to advertisers.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that the NFL is king, but also you can't just click away. You're going to watch it live for the most part, and you're probably going to keep it on that channel the whole time because you can't just click.
Yeah.
During breaks.
Yeah, I know. There's probably a more exact. I don't know if this is true, Dave, but do you think there's more of an exact reading of ratings for those services? Because subscribers, right? And wouldn't they know if you're on Netflix or if you're on Amazon, if you're on Peacock? I don't know. I don't know that, but it feels like at some point with the multiple platforms now, the NFL's king, and they're going to get their subscribers and people that have all these platforms.
Yeah.
But will that in the long run hurt their ratings? I say hurt, but like to a level. Compared to being on CBS.
They do like out of home. It's called out of home numbers, basically, combined with, it's very difficult to get eyes on because you're running, it's subscribers versus, traditional ratings. But the thing is, and this working in this business, ratings are meaningless. Ratings on their own are completely meaningless. It's like the dollar. The dollar, it's just a piece of paper. It's what ratings drive ad rates.
Right.
And so with these subscription models, they get to double up by an increase in subscriptions. Plus, and this pisses me off too. I hate this. And UFC does this too. Like, here's another thing I will run on if I ever run for president. Federal law. If it's a pay-per-view or it's on cable, no commercials. Mm-hmm. If I'm paying $20 a month for Netflix, no commercials. They have the non-commercial one for like $10 or the commercial one for like $10 where you see the ad. I shouldn't have to see ads. I understand like live reads in the game and all that. I should not have to on Amazon be watching a football game and then, all right, let's go to break. No.
Yeah. Here's the problem with it, because I face it with Peacock, especially with a wrestling. They're not pay-per-views anymore. They're premium live events. But I've got the non-commercial one.
Uh-huh.
But people buy the commercial one for cheaper, So instead of getting commercials, you just get promos.
Right. That's a commercial.
But that's
You're
what you
right.
get.
I know, but it's a commercial. Your promos are commercials. I don't want to see 60-second spots for the reboot of Hunter. Like, that's a commercial. It's just your commercial. Just because it's not Skyrizi or ED medication, that doesn't mean it's not. It's a commercial. Imagine watching Poltergeist on HBO.
Yeah.
And, it's right in the middle of the clown scene. It's like, we'll be right back. No. You're taking me out of my thing.
Nothing is everything.
Right. Oh, God.
That's a banger.
It really kind of is, though. The other one that's the banger is the no flex. No,
that is not a banger.
Dude, when I say, okay, Chris, you're right.
It's an earworm.
It's an earworm, I guess, is what, which, by the way, is like a real song, apparently, by the Black Beatles guy, Ray Smemmerd. They had whatever.
Nailed it.
I know, I totally did. No, they had like a really big song a couple of years ago. I promise you, and it's a real, actual song. It's Ray
Worshing.
Ray Smemmerd. I'm telling you, I'm not lying here, and it's a song by them. Caitlin Clark, 20 points. She had a double-double.
She did.
20 points, 10 turnovers.
Most in a WNBA debut.
Welcome to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. And she didn't even score until, I think, the second quarter. I was reading. But you know what? It was a success. The Sun, their first sellout of an opener in 21 years, and that was their debut in Connecticut. You've been to that venue?
Is that the Mohegan Sun? It's one of my favorite stops. Yeah.
I feel like I'm asking you because I feel like I remembered stories about it.
I love that place.
Yeah, you love that place? Just walk around. It's cool. Food.
Everything's all included.
Yeah.
Like you literally, when the Monarchs would get there, you get off the bus, you walk in the building, you don't leave the building until you get back on the bus.
That's awesome.
Because it would be Arden Fair Mall with a gym and a casino.
Wow. Not a bad idea.
I mean, and you just don't have to, everything's all there. I mean, there's a mall and there's restaurants and a casino, and then you just keep walking down the hall, there's the gym, and you walk right in.
Sounds like heaven. Yeah. Sounds like, is there a buffet there?
There was at the time. I don't know if
it's a casino.
Yeah.
COVID, if zapped that or not, but
more than 170 credentials were handed out for this game. Yet the get-in price for her home debut, according to Darren Ravel about an hour ago, is $16. But then the next road game, it's like $68. You look at the differences for some reason. And I think that might have something to do with the Pacers being in the playoffs and a bunch of other stuff. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, the Giants and A's. And hey, there's a team cheating again. You won't believe who could that be now? We'll be right back after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Hey there, Jason Ross here, and you never know when you may need someone to represent you on your behalf. Now, in what case, you don't know what it might be, but if you're ever in this situation, you want to feel like you've got good representation, and you want someone that you can trust and someone that you want to work for you. Now, I'm sure you've seen plenty of lawyers on TV that just ask you to be one of their many clients. In fact, I did see a commercial yesterday with someone saying, and it's one of those more of those national things that try to make you feel like they're right here in town, and they literally said, we're here, we're local, and they picture the Capitol in the background. They never said Sacramento. They're not here. I mean, they might have an office, and they have offices everywhere, but there's no real community feel. There's no real contact with someone that you are watching on that television commercial. Well, let me tell you about the guy here in town that wants to help you and not just turn you into one of the many cases and just turn and burn and go right through it and on to the next client, because his name's important to him, your name's important to you, and the trust in being a part of this community wants to represent himself well and you as well. So he's right here in town, and that's the Gonzalez Law Offices. Jonathan Gonzalez has a ton of experience, even has a background in police. He had started in that area and then went to law school, is back. He's committed to his craft, and he wants to be here to help you. And he, again, won't just count you as one of the many clients and just go right through all those cases. He wants to connect with you and help you in your area of need. Now, whether that's a wrongful termination case, a car accident, expungements, whatever it may be, you want to feel you have someone there to represent you. I suggest you contact saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. Again, that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at saclegaldefense.com or 916-304-9187.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak? Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun. Fun isn't hard. Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPFest.com. That's CITPFest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Thanks to the text line. No, the band was not Ray Wershing, the old Niners kicker. Ray Sremmerd, which is drummer's ear backwards. They had a song called Black Beatles. It was a huge, huge, huge hit.
It was part of the
What?
Mannequin Challenge.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What do we have? The Mannequin Challenge. There was Tebowing. There
Planking.
was planking.
Harlem Shuffle.
Oh, God, the Harlem Shake. That's right. That was huge. When was the last one? Well, we haven't had any of those lately. People just over those now. Now they're just flashing people at the New York City Dublin portal.
I did that.
Probably not even the worst thing that's happened at the portal.
I promise you it's not.
Is that the transfer portal?
Yes.
Portal.
From the 916, we were talking earlier about is there an equivalent to Nikola Jokic through the years. This might be the text of the day. The equivalent to Jokic is like Ron Jeremy of the NBA. LMAO, just kidding. He's a way better person. Thank you. Nikola Jokic, way better person than Ron Jeremy. We've established that on the
true story. Flying through LAX one time, Ron Jeremy was in the bathroom shaving.
What?
His face.
This.
You asked what?
Ew. That's
true.
Gross.
Yeah, he can shave his face.
Yeah.
Have you seen him lately?
No.
No, this would have been.
Oh, he's behind bars right now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to know. 25 years ago?
Really?
Oh,
I just shaving in an airport bathroom, weird.
And it was one of those things.
Okay, weirdo. Party of one.
Walking in and two people. That was Ron Jeremy. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in. I'm
Go
like,
back in.
wait, why are they? Did they see?
Yeah. How do you guys know?
He's standing right in front of the mirror shaving. I'm like, oh yeah, that's him.
Oh, hey. Also, quick question: does anybody use electric shavers?
Yeah.
Do you do on you? So you don't use a razor?
It depends. I have both.
You're like the only person I know. I mean, then
Really?
again, I don't know people's shaving habits.
I obviously don't shave.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have an electric razor.
Where do the hairs go? On the floor?
Well, hopefully on the sink, and then you clean them up.
Oh, but isn't that kind of messy?
Can be.
Yeah.
Where does it go when you shave your face?
I'll tell you exactly where. Because you got
blades?
shaving cream on your face, and you shave it, and it's on the blades, and it sticks to the thing, and then you rinse it, and it goes right down the sink. I feel like when you're dry shaving with electric razor, it goes everywhere. No?
So you've never used one?
I tried one once, and it hurt. It picked hairs. How do I describe it? Like it pulled some of them, and it hurt. I didn't like it, and I didn't get a good, I didn't get a good shave out of it.
Okay.
All right, hey, 3 for madness question one, or safer out. 3 for 1, 3 for 1. No, just read the thing. Right.
Okay, celebrity birthdays.
Yeah. Had a great one yesterday. Told that story a few times. Yeah.
The Giants got blown out again by the Dodgers at home.
Yeah.
Safer out. There was very little redeeming about this team.
Hey, give Zebra a little 5-minute break, would you please, in the YouTube chat? Thank you. And I love her to death. It kills me to do this, but I'm sorry. Gotta be fair. Yeah, this team sucks. I don't like them.
Who's their best player?
Logan Webb.
Who's their best everyday player? That's the problem.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
there's not an answer.
The kid from Korea was fun to watch, kind of, but now they found structural
Was
damage
he
in
great?
his shoulder. No, he was not. And
He's a guy that can help you be good.
Yeah. Matt Chapman, I love, but not tearing it up. It's just, that whole 106 wins. That's just.
How did that happen?
I don't. It's just such a flippin'.
We talked about that team for decades.
Rando fluke.
Yeah.
This team is just terrible. They moved Gabe Kapler. I mean, looks really good right now is Gabe Kapler. At least he was able to get some wins out of him a couple years ago. It's just
it doesn't look good as Farhan.
Because he's terrible. He's horrible. And it's like we have to suffer through this. I mean, again, I've kind of tuned out, so I say I should. Giants fans have to suffer through this. And it's just one of those, can you just fire the guy so we can move on and start building up the minor leagues again? Have teams that are interesting. You got top 10, top 12 payroll every year. It's a horrible way to spend. They're going out there and pretending like they're bidding for big players and then leaking that they came in second. They know what the hell they're doing. They're coming in second. And what did he do? He signed the Scott Boras poo-poo platter, all of which are injured, or most of which are injured at this point. I feel bad for Logan Webb, man. He's such a stud. I love him to death. And you're just playing on there's nothing to root for on this team. They just suck.
Yeah, not good enough. Safe. I mean, it's just there's not a lot of redeeming value at all.
Question 2.
Unfortunately.
At 19-25, the Giants and A's have the same record. Safer out. Despite this, the A's are actually more entertaining.
I think they're incredibly more entertaining, and I think part of that's because we don't expect anything from them. They have no payroll. The team is relocating, and they're, at least with the A's, you can say, hey, man, they've got some young players. They've got some some great stories. Neither of them are winning any divisions, but I'll watch the A's over the Giants any day of the week and twice on Sundays right now.
Yeah, the A's have different issues.
Yes.
But what they have on the diamond isn't supposed to be good at all.
Nope.
And I don't know that they're great, but they've overachieved to a lot of people's standards. And that's much more enjoyable. So every time they get a win or play a high payroll team, like, hey, they beat the Yankees. Look how they beat the Yankees.
Little engine that could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's more fun when you're like, what are the Giants? They're not absolutely awful, but they're not good.
The Giants are the green beans of Major League Baseball. Like, they're just there. I do. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Need a better one.
I hate cream corn, but I feel like I'm in the minority. The Giants are, I mean, this is just
Brussels sprouts.
I really like Brussels sprouts, though, if they're done correctly.
Oh,
I know. Hey, I got it. The Giants are that, like, thing of carrot, thing of purple cabbage, thing of iceberg lettuce salad, air quotes, you used to get at the cafeteria in school.
Like cold slaw's cousin?
Yes, like they would just kind of throw it in the little box in the tray just so they could say they were giving you a salad.
Yeah, random raisin thrown in there.
Yes. Like, that's what the Giants are. They're like that little crap salad. Number 3.
We figured it out.
Astros starter Ronel Blanco was ejected with sticky stuff on his glove. Safer out. The Astros are still dirty cheaters.
I want to know what the sticky stuff on his glove was. But safe. Yes. Dusty Baker leaves and they're back to cheating again. Dirty, cheaty Astros. Laz Diaz, the umpire, said that it was the stickiest stuff he's ever seen since they started doing all this stuff on a glove. And Blanco was saying, like, it was rosin on his left arm that dripped into his glove. It's like when was it Joe or Phil Necro that got caught with the emery board?
Just threw it out. That was almost brilliant.
That was the best thing ever.
And then the one up, hey, what was that?
Reaches into his pocket. And I'll remember like the one up, he had his kind of like had his hand and mouth in his hand and just kind of looks over.
What was that?
Oh, here's an emery. The guy.
What was that, Joe?
The Joe's out there. Nail filing ball.
But Enrico Palazzo caught him.
3.
Steve. They're lucky they have the Angels, otherwise they'd be the Lastros.
That's exactly darn right.
Cheaters.
Yeah, that's safe. They're dirty, stinky cheaters. All right, we'll
now I'm gonna watch the Giants look in them as that salad.
Just as that dumb salad. Yeah. Like that, yeah. If the Giants were a food, that's a pretty good if the Giants were a food, what food would they be? And so far we have old school cafeteria salad. Going to the YouTube chat here. On the sticky stuff, MC says, I bet it was girth paste. Well, it's funny you say that because there's no such thing as girth paste, but there is a place called UpsizeMatters.com, and I'm here to tell you about it. My good buddy, Dr. Jack Friedlander in Roseville, Dr. Joel Pash in San Francisco. These are real learned doctors, not some quacks. They're actual docs that can, with a non-surgical procedure, completely augment that part of your life. It's safe, it's effective, it's long-lasting. Look, circumference, we'll say that, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. You get a free consultation, and the procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation. It's obviously private, very, very private, and they'll take care of you, man. They will absolutely take care of you. Dr. Friedlander in Roseville, Dr. Pash in San Francisco. You can find out more by going to UpsizeMatters.com. Don't take my word for it. Read the reviews. See what it's all about. UpsizeMatters.com. Get your girth on. We will take a break. When we come back, hour number 2, the Nuggets get their third straight win versus the Timberwolves, and Nikola Jokic is a special, special human being. We'll do all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we buy from ourselves. Right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. See our certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-higher rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's Dodge season at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and that means it's a season to save, and save big on Dodge. Just listen to this. Right now, you can get a 23 Dodge Charger SXT for only $19,999. Just $19,999. What? A new Dodge Charger for under $20K. That's unheard of. That's almost $17,000 in net savings off MSRP. Just do the math math, friends, because that adds up to a whole lot of savings. So you better hurry before they're gone.
More than find at this offer. MSRP $39,620. Sales price $28,419. Net price $19,999 after $8,420 in rebates. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
It's Dodge season here, and it's the season to save. And it's going on right now at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
Nighttime is the right time to track your golf ball's flight time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying the Top Tracer technology where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks. You can compete against your friends in a variety of games or just practice with the Top Tracer television technology. There's food when you're hungry from the Hangout food truck or enjoy a craft beer on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And don't forget the summer-long free concert schedule. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until midnight, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Checking in on the YouTube chat. That's always a danger.
Good luck.
Gabriel says, I'm sure Jason Ross knows about El Torito.
Hey, great place.
If you want to make the corn balls from El Torito, it's corn muffin mix combined with cream corn and baked until it's moist and fluffy.
I don't know about their corn balls, but I know about El Torito.
Yeah, they've got their little cornbread they serve.
Oh, okay.
And it's very, I you know, Gabe, I want to say there's honey or some sort of sweetener in there too, because they're incredibly sweet. It's actually really good. Yeah, is there even? I don't think there's an El Torito.
Are they gone?
The last one I remember was near Arden Fair Mall, and I don't think it exists anymore. I don't think there's one in Sacramento.
I think that, if I have my reference right, might have become the Elephant Bar, and then that's now gone.
Yeah, it's gone. The best El Torito, and I will take no arguments. The best. That's always a great way to start a discussion. And I hope it's still open. Yeah, it is. It opens at 9 a.m. The El Torito on Cannery Row in Monterey is, so if you've ever been to Monterey and you're on Cannery Row and at the very end of the strip is the aquarium, right? So you can go to El Torito, which, by the way, overlooks the ocean. It is an oceanfront property with a big parking lot.
El Torito.
What?
El Torito.
What?
Has a view of the ocean.
I swear to God, it is an oceanfront
Prime
property.
real estate.
Prime real estate. No, I know, right? But for real. And you go, look, here's a picture of it right now, Chris. This doesn't work on the radio. I understand that. Sorry, everybody.
I've got it on my phone. I'm looking at
yeah, it is absolutely like, what is going on here? Here, Jason. There.
What a view.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's this huge parking lot, and you just go in and you El Torito it up, and then you just leave your car there and you go down and you walk to the aquarium, or you do your Cannery Row crap, and you save on the.
And you had some good chips and salsa.
Yes, and you save on the parking because it's free parking for customers. It's like the best kept secret in Monterey, man. I haven't been
Not
there
anymore.
Yeah, I know. I kind of screwed that up.
Are Chevys still around?
Yeah,
Okay.
There's one on the river.
Is that one still there? But there were a few more in town that aren't around anymore.
I haven't been. And one last thing about El Torito, though, their Sunday brunch is so amazing, and they have a churro station. And you just go and you get the churros, and then they have like the sauce and the whipped cream and the all that stuff.
You go for the churros.
Oh, well, at the end, that's my breakfast dessert.
Yeah.
is, but you can order all the other stuff.
Can't go to El Torito without getting a breakfast dessert.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is a churro, a hot dog.
If it was in a little, it was in a little bun. Love me some El Torito. Wish they'd bring it back. What's also still around, but I only think there's one, is an old favorite, is Black Angus. I think there's one on Greenback.
Okay.
You never been to Black Angus?
No, I have. I was thinking about the one that with the ones on Arden has become many different things.
Yeah.
On Watt.
I think it's an old spaghetti factory. Or
now
is it an ice cream?
Then it became the ice cream, which was the one that had, what was that? Farrell's? It was Farrell's.
Yeah.
And now it's Old Spaghetti Factory.
That's not the one that used to be JJ North's like 30 years ago. Is that not ringing a bell?
I don't know.
Okay. Because every once in a while we'll get like in the mail, we're the people, like if I get in the mail and it's like the coupon for the wagon wheel sampler and the and the whatever, the wife and I will go have a nice night at Black Angus. And shut up, Chris. And then there's also like Cattleman's, which my sister loves to go to. I haven't been to Cattleman's in a long time.
I haven't either.
But I love those. Those are my places. Like I love those. Give me those places. Like apologies to like Morton's and Ruth Chris and all that. Give me like Black Angus, El Torito, Outback if you really want to live it up.
Red Lobster
for the all you
cheese biscuits.
Yeah, the cheese biscuits are the best. We actually always have a box at home now. Like you actually make those at home, they're pretty good. But when they have the all you can eat shrimps,
they're going bankrupt because of that.
They are, and they've had to jack the price up.
Way to go, Dave.
Applebee's, Chili's, do those fit? No. Ooh, I hit a chord. No.
I won't say which one. I don't want to.
Okay.
But I will
BJ's.
say love it. Love. Well, BJ's does the Pizookie.
Yes, they do.
And we have Pizookie. We got Pizookie pans, so we'll do. I know. We have those up at the cap. No, they're so great because you put a little chunk of cookie in there, and then you cook it, and then a little ice cream scoop on top. Pizookie. It's great.
Do you have a sushi maker?
Yeah, the sushi.
That's right. I'm just trying to think of
the suzuka, the sushi bazooka.
Yeah,
looks like it's pooping a.
What are you missing?
Sushi. You mean as far as
kitchen gadget?
I just ordered my first hot plate that I'm bringing in here. That was delivered, by the way, an hour ago.
So thanks once again for the egg maker.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Have you seen the one that they've been advertising where it's got like everything into like some sort of toaster where you like toast your like bread or your bagel or your English muffin and your sausage or Canadian bacon and your egg all at the same time?
And the egg?
It's not a toaster oven?
It's like got all these compartments and then you just put them all together and cook.
Sounds like Russian propaganda to me. That sounds sus.
Yeah, very.
What am I missing? Honestly, I did see something the other day. It's a chopper. And so like you put an onion on it and go and just press down.
Oh yeah.
And it makes slices and you can make strings and all that. Cause I have the chopper where it chops it into like little squares.
Yeah. Do you have the what did I see the other day too? The so if you barbecue chicken, and then you put
the thing for the beer can?
No. It's like maybe the bottom is where the chicken would hold, then you put a top on it. And I think the top piece turns, and it's like immediately you do it like 2 or 3 times, and then it's shredded.
Oh, I don't, but I have the shredding glove.
You have the gloves. Figured you did.
I do. And you just go and but I don't like shredded meat.
Oh.
I hate it.
Really?
I actually hate shredded meat.
Wow.
It's like I'm not very picky, but I don't like shredded meat because then it turns into like a meat ball in your mouth and then I'm chewing on meat gum. I pulled pork's fine. It's fine. I'd rather have chunk pork. Like same pork.
So what kind of tacos do you have? Ground beef?
Ground beef's my favorite taco. I know. And I get it. And I know. And I get it. And I get it. I get it. I understand that's sacrilege. Ground beef's my favorite taco. I like it more than barbacoa or birria or well, Al Pastor is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. When they cut it off the round cone.
Well, you don't have
pineapple,
that, do you? You do have that.
Okay, so technically I do, but I will explain before we go to break. It's a machine that does make al pastor, but it also is a shawarma machine. So it's basically the same thing. It's like you can put like a bunch of chicken thighs on there, and then and then also though, it's a multitasker, because if you can order from the European store a Euro cone, and it rotates. So it does a lot of things.
Yeah, and you used it a lot.
No, because it's so hard to clean.
That's why.
I did use my ice cream maker last night.
Nice.
I did do cookies and cream for the first time. My little Ninja Creamy.
And
I pounded that whole thing, dude. My stomach hurt so bad going to bed. I ate a whole pint of it in one sitting. It was yes, I know. So fat. It was so good though. And the equivalent of 3 chicken breasts.
This is what you ate?
This is what I ate in protein.
So it was good for you.
It was very, very good for me. We'll take a break. I blew through that break. When we come back, 3 for Madness, brought to you by actually nobody right now. Bronny James, Nikola Jokic, and Rudy Gobert. We'll talk about that next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's It's the Season sales event?
We're celebrating 75 years in business by offering Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices to say thank you. We're sad to be saying goodbye to the last of the gas-powered Dodge Chargers and Challengers, but we're sending them out in style. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on the very last of the new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger Scat Packs.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is really the end.
Yep, once they're gone forever. Don't wait and miss your chance, because there's only a few left, and with savings like this, they won't last long.
Hurry in before they're gone, or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
11,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Challenger and Charger Scat Packs after 6,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings, Temple VIN 596361. See dealer for details.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Guy says, I bet you Dave doesn't have a churro maker. No. Nor am I aware they exist. But I am seriously thinking of getting a little mini empanada machine. They're not expensive at all.
Like the folder?
Yeah, you put the stuff in the little cup and then you fold it over. And
does it cost a lot? Almost nada.
I'll give it a thumb.
Yeah?
Empanada. Chris. Empanada. All right. 3 for Madness. See, Jason, look, $15.99. I mean, it's a little. Look at the
Oh, that's cute.
It's so cute. Question 1. 3 for Madness.
Bronny James says playing with his dad isn't his mindset. Do you believe him?
Bronny James. No. I mean, okay, when I say I don't believe him, though, but let me say it like this, because there's a context here. Okay, when I say I don't believe him, it's like, I can't believe him. It's that kind of I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Like, bro, I understand that as a normal person, I think a lot of people would like not want to play it. Like, come on, Dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to play. But you're going to be in the NBA. You're on the Thanasis Antetokounmpo train. Like, you're going to be in the NBA, at least at first, because of your dad. And you might feel that way right now. But the opportunity to do something that's never been done before in the NBA, to play with your dad, one of the all-time greats who only has a couple years left. It's a short window. Just do it and take the whatever, he's helping you. He's creating the ability for you to play.
Yeah, I mean, I really, on life experience, I could really see all sides here. Not in any kind of life experience where when as a kid, had a dad that was, something like LeBron James. There's no way like that. But you just go from friends to other people, or just to your point, Dave, where you go, oh my gosh, I want to get away from my parents the second I can.
Sure.
To others that I think would also know. I mean, they're part of Bronny probably thinks, well, there's a little bit of a safety net if I'm with my dad.
Right.
Like, my career is probably locked in for a little bit of guaranteed time. But could there also be like, I want to do my own thing. Like I'm trying to make it on my own name. And look, I don't think it happens without his dad's name. So I don't personally really know how he feels. I mean, I'm sure maybe he's even kind of gone back and forth on that, just knowing that there's people of that age that, again, want to be away from their parents. I want to do my own thing. Well, sometimes it's also nice to have them still around. And that's maybe he is thinking that way. Like, this would be a once in a lifetime. And if I have a 10-year career, maybe 2 of it's with my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it would be without it.
Right.
Without him, but I don't know.
Get over it, Bronny.
I just don't know if he's going to get drafted at all.
I think it's more likely that he's going to be co-hosting with Mason at 1140 in 20 years.
Or maybe he'll be the next part of the third member of the podcast with JJ Redick and LeBron James.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. By the way, reports say JJ Redick might be the favorite. That it seems so obvious that I'm not believing JJ Redick's going to be the Lakers head coach. And if he does become the Lakers head coach, that's just straight up LeBron James doing that. Like, that's just too obvious.
He doesn't get involved with coaching.
No, of course not. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Nikola Jokic shot 89% when defended by Rudy Gobert last night. Should this be considered an all-time playoff performance?
So when you think about all-time playoff performances, you think of, Michael Jordan versus the Cavs, or the Cavs, Craig Elo, that whole thing, or Portland. There's a bunch of Michael Jordan ones. You think of LeBron and the Warriors, and on and on and on and on. Dwayne Wade, Larry Bird. Yes, I do. I think so. I don't think it's top 10 or anything like that. I don't want to get silly, but you're talking about a 40-point, 13 assists, 2 steal, 40 points, 7 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, a block on 15 of 22 shooting in 41 minutes. Jason, he had 0 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
His usage rate was through the roof. Everything goes through him, and he had 0 turnovers. Other than missing 7 shots, he was still 15 of 22. It's almost a perfect game he threw.
Yeah, the run he got on in that third quarter where he literally was hitting Gobert with every different type of move, like in fast break, in slow down, in 3, great passes. He had him on his off guard the whole time. And if Denver ends up winning this in 6 or 7, I don't know that it deserves a 30 for 30, but all I'm going to think about is game 2, where Minnesota maybe played the best defensive game I've ever seen.
Yeah, you're right.
And
you're right.
That now surely seems like an outlier. It's like, what happened? Like, I would love all the perspectives from that game. Like, what that's the game where the ice pack was thrown, the water or whatever, the heat pack. Denver loses their cool. Jokic looks so ordinary. He even afterwards, he's like, yeah, I mean, they just kept running all these different big guys at me. It's like, unless I could clone myself.
Right.
And Murray looked ordinary. Denver looked defeated. Minnesota looked maybe like the best defensive team we've ever seen. Now it's 3 straight wins. And a game where they also now have the best defensive player back. Yeah, Conley was out. But Jokic, that was as good as he's ever been. That was amazing.
And the Nuggets have now won 3 of the 4 games Rudy Gobert has played in.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
Speaking of question 3.
Question 3.
Speaking of Gobert, did last night make you question his Defensive Player of the Year award?
So here's the thing, and this is entirely a compliment to Nikola Jokic. No, it didn't.
Yeah, so you mean to tell me the MVP was better than the Defensive Player of the Year? That's not shocking.
I would say yes, 100%. Number 1, it's better to offense it's easier to offense than defense. The defensive person's at a disadvantage. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. Number 2, he's the MVP. 3 out of the last 4 years, he's the MVP. He's on such a heater right now. And when you look at how he got his buckets, I don't remember a single one, and I'm sure there was, but in looking at the highlight reels, I don't remember a single one where I was like, oh, God, Rudy, that's bad. No, it was like Rudy with this giant 7'12" hand in his face, and Jokic is like falling backwards, and, oh, it's a 3-pointer, or some crazy footwork. Like Jokic's footwork is just so stupidly good that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, it reminds me of Hakeem, how good. It's like Hakeem and Kevin McHale had a baby when it comes to footwork, and that's Nikola Jokic. So yes, Jokic is so good that not only did he stamp Rudy Gobert last night, but I don't blame Rudy Gobert for it. He did. There's nobody in the world that could have defended Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, still great offense. You know, they know where they're going. They know what the goal is. Rudy Gobert's still a terrific defensive player. Yes. None of that changed last night. Now, he got worked, but none of that changed last night. If anything, it kind of brings back to the thought I had earlier when we were talking about defensive player of the year. I would like more attention to be given to guards.
Yes.
Perimeter guys.
I agree with you.
Because I think there's so many, if Edwards is held to 15 points a game in this series, that's incredible perimeter defense being done.
Yes, it is.
Or whoever the case may be. If someone's holding Brunson down to a less than 40 game, what do the Pacers do? Like, I feel like guards aren't getting enough love for their defense in this league right now.
No, I completely agree. And I think we've said it before. Give me a lockdown wing defender over a lockdown big man. Mm-hmm. I will take that because you can switch them a lot more.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm open to arguments.
You love the rebounding and rim protection. All that's great, but there's more. There's more ways to do it. I just think there's just an infatuation right now with block shots, and that's nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN right now, did the Nuggets take the series or did the Wolves blow it? It is 3-2.
Yeah, it's not over. Just like the one they had earlier is the Knicks. Did the Knicks end the series last time?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Remember when the series was over when the Wolves were up 2-0?
Yeah, they had literally up there. Are we on a collision course for Thunder and Wolves?
Yeah.
And it was 1-0 in each series.
Yeah.
And I went, way too early.
Right. Maybe they should relax.
Yeah, just relax a little bit.
Just chill.
Yeah.
We'll take a break.
Have an empanada.
When we come back, hey, look. Isn't that look at those empanada machines? They're just so great. We can make empanadas in here.
Yes. What would you fill them with?
Love. When we come back, the Knicks, and I like the Pacers.
Gross.
Talk about the Nuggets and Wolves as well. Playoff recap next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment. And there's more. Save 10% when you buy 2 or more packs of 360 Trex Universal Hidden Fasteners. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for a Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Well, last night in the NBA, in the Eastern Conference, we got the Pacers and the Knicks battling again, this time back in New York. And, you know, we said this yesterday, and it's been a little bit of a trend in the playoffs over the years, and certainly this year. And maybe this will be good news, potentially. I don't know if that's the case for the Pacers, but the teams that have been blown out and then the next game coming back playing at home have been really good. And that's what the Knicks were. The Knicks got absolutely embarrassed Sunday against Indiana, in Indiana. And so their response, come home and absolutely outwork, outplay, outperform, outscore the Indiana Pacers. And so now, Dave, we've had 2 straight games with 30-point differentials after the first 3 basically were decided in the last minute.
And you wonder how that happens.
Yeah.
Why is it that, and it's funny, because this kind of ties into a conversation we had about a month ago, Jason, where how silly in comparison baseball is.
Uh-huh.
You know, imagine if we lived in a world where this is actually kind of a funny thought exercise. If we lived in a world where, the game's going back to the Madison Square Garden, and as we know, the Knicks are built around 3-point shooters, and the 3-point line is actually 3 feet closer,
right?
In Madison Square Garden, whereas in Indiana they love to run,
yeah,
and the court is actually 20 feet longer there,
so it's to their advantage,
right?
Yeah.
And the closest thing you have to that in basketball is like Denver with the altitude. There's nothing you can do about that.
Right?
South Beach, Miami, I guess. I mean, even though that's a stretch.
Yeah.
So the point being,
Sacramento and the Beam,
100%. But don't forget the Tower Bridge.
That's true.
And why we're saying that is, for example, in baseball, obviously you have different dimensions, different walls, different heights. Things are different park to park. There's no standardization. That's not the case, obviously, in basketball. So why is it that you can go and have a 30-point blowout in Madison Square Garden for the Knicks, and a 22-point blowout 2 days prior.
Yeah.
A 52-point difference in a 48-hour span with the exact same dimensions. And I'm thinking here, am I forgetting something? There's nobody out, right? Nothing.
If anything, it was OG was out.
Right.
Again.
OG Anunoby was out for the Knicks, who blew them out by 30. What is the deal there? What's the deal there? And by the way, the Pacers shot 22 free throws to the Knicks 19. Now, I know that's not always the barometer of good or bad reffing, but it's not like there was this massive free throw disparity. Jason, this box score makes no sense when you look at it. The Indiana Pacers and Knicks both had 12 three-pointers made, 12 of 27 for the Pacers, 12 of 35 for the Knicks. The Pacers shot 44% to the 34% for the Knicks. From the free throw line, the Pacers were 17 to 22, 77%. The Knicks were 15 to 19, 78%. Now, when you go to field goal percentage, 46.5 to 43.1, Knicks over the Pacers, but still.
I think the only one, wasn't it rebounding?
Rebounding 53 to 29.
Yeah, there you go.
And
they broke their spirits. So many offensive rebounds. Somebody just.
That's the Kevon Looney special. 20 to 5.
Yep.
Offensive rebounds.
Which is what the Knicks do. They got back to that of, just kind of killing your spirit. And then Brunson was incredible.
Brunson was insane. 44 points, 18 of 35 shooting. You're over 50% and just the degree of difficulty on some of those shots.
And we've kind of said this on air and off air too. So last night at the end of the T-Wolves Nuggets game, they did another recap. In the studio last night was Kenny Smith with Ernie, but it also was Vince Carter and Draymond Green.
Yep. Good
crew. They did great. But, boy, I felt like they spent some time really blasting Tyrese. And
they did.
And I don't think any of it was unfair, but more of the, hey, look, if you're the guy, you're the star. Draymond was really calling him out defensively. He goes, look, I know he's not a defensive stopper, never has been, never would be confused for it, but questioned kind of his defensive intensity. And Vince was saying, yeah, look, you are the tone setter of the way the team plays. He goes, just look at the first 5 minutes of Brunson, the first 5 minutes of Tyrese Halliburton. I went, wow, I just felt like Tyrese was a bit of a target. And I feel like that's happening more from media and more from players about Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, there's something. And
something's up there.
I know that's a charged conversation here because
and I'm not meaning to go there.
Right.
I'm just observing this, saying, why? What is it? And there were some clips of Portis and Dame Lillard in the Bucks series that was kind of going through social media where they were, we played some of it where who was the one that was ready to step in? James Johnson was like, no, I'm going to protect my guy. But what it was more about what Dame was saying, which I don't remember him saying much before. Portis was getting at him, and I'm like, this seems different than trash talk to me.
I'm going to say something that I probably shouldn't because I'm a little ignorant to the whole thing. I admittedly, I really am. But I get like these weird with Tyrese Halliburton, and it's obviously a completely different thing, but it's almost like this weird Drake vibe. And that whole beef he had with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it felt like Kendrick Lamar had like the support of the people.
Yeah. And had a lot in his chamber.
And like had this legitimacy. And with Drake, it's like, oh, well, here's this worldwide superstar hitmaker, talented, no doubt about it.
Like him and whatever,
but people in the industry, his colleagues, like there's this down, like understated, like dislike for him that kind of is bled and boiled over the surface.
Yeah.
And that's like the vibe I get with Tyrese.
That's a good,
is that it just seems like there's this weird. And by the way, it might be dumb. It might be that there's people, like the whole Caitlin Clark thing. I shouldn't say dumb, but, like on one hand, there's this sense of jealousy and anger towards Caitlin Clark from some of her WNBA colleagues.
I get it.
Which I get, like, in the sense where it's like, we've been here, we've been grinding, and then you come along and like, oh, you haven't done anything yet.
I'd have been mad if I was a member of the Aces. Like, we're two-time champs. And we're like the third story of the WNBA. Like we're back. We might go three-peat. And all you're talking about is Caitlin Clark.
100%. I think you can understand the psychology of it very well. It's also the same thing that Tiger Woods saw at the beginning of his career. And by the way, Tiger Woods still sees now, but in a whole different way, where people are like, why are you talking about Tiger Woods? He hasn't won since the Masters. Blah, 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 blah. Scotty Scheffler this, and this guy and this, Xander Schauffele. It's like, because you're all making a crap ton more money because of Tiger Woods. Sorry, you can't. That's what the public decides. It's the same thing with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
I understand why there's some trepidation and maybe a little jealousy or anger. Also, you're all going to make a lot more money because of Caitlin Clark. It's just it's the public. I can't help that.
Right.
She's going to bring more. I don't care if the Aces have won 37 straight championships. I don't care.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark coming in and bringing even more eyeballs, and the whole saying we always get wrong, the rising tide and the ships and the whole thing. Like, it should be good for everybody, but you get it. With Tyrese Halliburton, is there a little bit of like, okay, let's slow down on the best point guard in the NBA, all-star starter, future MVP, blah, 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 blah. Like, what has he really done yet? But I feel like it's more than that.
Yeah, because I don't feel like there's like when Edwards is getting the Michael Jordan thing, that's more of the past player, or some people are just like, okay, just let him be Anthony Edwards. He's awesome.
Right.
I don't think people are ever questioning whether Edwards is awesome. And and this isn't even whether Tyrese
But
is
Anthony Edwards has 1,000 times, it seems, more NBA street cred than Tyrese Halliburton.
That's it. And I don't know why that's happening. Tyrese is a terrific player.
Yes.
And he is popular. But I don't feel like he's popular amongst his peers. And I don't know the answer to why. I remember when he was here, there was a couple times where I felt like there was a game or two. Like one of them was Dylan Brooks was going at him. Like, that's just Dylan Brooks, whatever.
Right.
But then it felt like there was a few other players. I'm like, that's just something noted, but nothing like that was a big deal. Like, I feel like a few people are going at him in a different way than what, I don't know any other way to say it. But
people are going at Dylan Brooks in a different way?
No, we're going at Tyrese.
Yeah,
but Dylan Brooks was one of them. And I'm like, that's just Dylan Brooks. Who cares about him? But it wasn't just him. And now we're seeing it, again, for Dame to do it, for Portis, for others. It just feels like something's up.
To me, it feels like with Halliburton, he's the type of guy that talks when everything's good on the court and then is very quiet when nothing is going right.
So I've seen a lot of that too.
But I don't think that's exclusive to him.
I was going to say, my only pushback on that is, look at they were showing videos of Jalen Brunson during their blowouts.
Yeah.
It's like, because let me tell you something.
I'm not talking when I'm down 30.
I don't, the only problem I had with Tyrese last night that made me cringe was when he made the shot. I think it was going into halftime. He made the last second shot. He's like just talking garbage and yelling.
They're down 11?
They were down 30, I thought.
No, not at half last night.
Were they not down 30 at the half?
I don't think so.
I thought maybe I'm wrong. I'm stupid. No, they weren't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They were, but
it's like
but I know what you mean.
Like, I will tell you this much. I don't know why there's this thing where it's like, well, you talk when you're winning and you don't talk when you're losing. But hold on a second. How often do we make fun of the guy that gets the sack on 3rd and 3 and it's like, and that'll turn it over, and it's 44-1 Bears and they're down 43 points and he's out there celebrating a sack, and we make fun of that guy. Like, you shouldn't talk garbage when you're getting your ass kicked. The only exception, I think, is when it's the I don't mind if somebody starts freaking out because they're trying to pump themselves and their team up. Like, let's go. We're going to come back.
Yeah, I think if I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the talking into it, but if I was talking and I was the Knicks and I was game 4 in Indiana, I'm getting crushed, I'd be like, yeah, we'll see you Tuesday.
Right.
Okay. Bring the same energy. I'll see you on Tuesday. We don't have it today. Right. You've got it. You're beating us.
That's
I
right.
Get it.
Enjoy it.
See you Tuesday.
I'm talking more with Halliburton. Like, he disappears. Like, not only is he not talking trash, but he's not making his baskets.
No, he's been, with the exception of game 2, I think he had 34 in game 2, but with the exception of that, he has been absolutely terrible in their losses. In fact, God, what was he like? Yeah, he's 5 of 9.
Take very many shots. Yeah.
5 of 9
right.
for 13 points.
Again, like, if Brunson's going to lose, he's not taking 9 field goals.
No, of course not.
And that's the level he can be. He's that kind of player.
Right.
So you've got to not carry the team, but be the spark to start the game.
And that's the thing it's like getting pumped up and talking trash and doing your whole it's one of those, you got to be aware of the context.
Right.
Like, yes, it should be in a close game or when you're up and all that. But then you look at Raider Nation, they're just always talking trash and everyone's like, oh, okay. Raider Nation. All right, 7-10.
Yeah,
rad. Keep talking, and no. But I feel like at this point, nobody like with Raider fan. Everyone's just like, that's cute. Like, you're gonna do your thing.
Good job, good effort.
Good job, good effort. We'll take a break. When we come back, save your letters. We're joking. Hey, turns out when you're roasted, can be bothersome. Tom Brady speaks on the Netflix roast, and we'll let you know what he said next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com. Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes,
Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthews.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Vernick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Okay, it's here. Everyone stay calm. It's Kohl's lowest prices of the season. And when I say low, I mean low. I got my kids jumping beans tees for $3.99. Treated myself to some cute tees and tank tops under $5. And got great finds for our patio, 50% off. Plus I earned Kohl's cash on all of it. Sounds too good to be true? Well, I guess you'll have to go to Kohl's and find out for yourself. Select styles. Offers in May 15th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
It's Sacktown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso here to tell you about the Sacramento Autograph Expo Trade Night hosted by True Sports Cards. Happening at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. Come hang out with fellow hobby enthusiasts as we sell and trade trading cards under the stars at Attaway Pavilion. Trade Night is completely free, happening Saturday, May 18th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. After an action-packed day of meeting your favorite athletes, stick around for a bit. So come on down to Trade Night at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. Located at 700 Event Center Drive, Saturday, May 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit sacksportscardexpo.com or hit up Trade Night host Candlestick Sports Cards on Instagram. See you there.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
You know, we're still not there yet, but kind of pre-mourning the demise of the NBA on TNT. And with the new TV deal and all that set to be announced sooner rather than later, I've been kind of gathering clips, if you that we could play every once in a while. This is, Jason, this is one of my favorites. I'm pretty sure you'll remember it when Shaq and Kenny got into it about gasoline prices.
Oh, yeah.
Great education.
Yeah,
because I told him I didn't want to get a certain vehicle because of the amount of gas I would have to spend. It costs like $80
to fill it up.
And he said, then you said,
when it gets to half, then you put $20, you bring it back to full.
Yeah. But if I keep doing, I would have to stop more often and still spend 80.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Why?
You're complaining about when it gets to zero, you spend 80, right? When it gets to half, you put 20. Then when it get back to half, you put 20.
Yeah, but I'll keep stopping, putting 20 in, and it'll be 80, the same amount as gas. I'm driving the same amount of gas.
The average human stops once a week for gas, right? With you only work here twice. You would probably have to stop maybe once every 2 weeks. Don't even try it.
This is bordering
Nobody
on
travel more than me.
This is bordering on what's closer, the West Coast or the moon.
So if
it's bordering on that.
You're telling me that I wouldn't have to, if I didn't let my gas get down, I wouldn't have to fill it up as much?
No, I'm saying you're complaining about the $80. That's what the conversation about.
But 4 times 20 is 80 because I'm gonna stop 4 times.
No, you're not gonna stop 4 times. No, you're not gonna stop 4 times. Not in 1 week. You're not.
Anyway, the West Coast is closer than the moon.
If you let it get to zero, right, Monday through Friday, right, then you got to pay 80 to fill it back up.
Right.
Okay, but if you let it get to half by Wednesday, then you pay 20.
No, it won't get to half by. Right, but if Wednesday it's going to be 40, and then on Friday it'll be 40.
Not 40, 20. Yeah. It's going to be 20.
No.
It's going to be 20.
Not half. Half of 80 is 40.
But no, listen to what I'm saying.
I am.
Okay.
So if I every day, if I just
no, you ain't gonna have to put gas in every day. Don't play me right now. don't play with me right now.
I'm sorry. Like, I really want to know because Ernie, I want to get this car, but I really want to save gas money.
You're complaining.
Tell me. I want to know how I'm gonna save gas money.
You're complaining about the $80.
Yes.
Right? So
I'm
at zero.
complaining.
Okay. So at zero is 80.
No question.
So right at full is 80, right?
Yes.
So if it gets to half, that'll be 40, right?
No question
so
about
it. If you put 20 in, then you bring it back up to 3/4. Right?
No, if I put 20 in, it'll get to 1/4.
Jeez, yeah. But it'll be 3/4. It'll be 3/4 full.
3/4 empty.
No, 3/4 full.
Wait, who's on first?
This. Yeah.
You know what?
But who's on first?
Nobody travels more than me.
Charles didn't say a word.
That still breaks my brain, dude. I still don't know what I think I know what Chuck was trying to say. It's cheaper to put 40 in than 80 in.
Yeah, he had his numbers wrong first. The 20 part.
It just, yeah. Come on, dude. I'm debating whether or not I have the. I don't know. Do you remember the clip when Charles Barkley was giving Jussie Smollett advice?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I don't remember it right now.
Tom Brady said that his He now regrets how some of the jokes on the greatest roast of all time, the Netflix roast of Tom Brady, affected his children. Yes. During the show, hosted by Kevin Hart, live streamed on May 5th, he was roasted about his divorce from Giselle, his appearance, his 2 retirements, Deflategate, his FTX investment, amongst other things. But he was on the Pivot podcast with former players Fred Taylor, Ryan Clark, and Shannon Crowder. And he said the jokes about the divorce did not go well with his family. Quote, I loved when the jokes were about me. I thought they were so fun. I didn't like the way it affected my kids. And he has 2, Benjamin and Vivian, 2 with Giselle, 14 and 11. Quote, it was the bittersweet aspect of when you're doing something you think is one way, and all of a sudden you realize I wouldn't do that again because of the way it affected actually the people I care about the most in the world. It makes you a better parent, and it's a good lesson for me as a parent. I appreciate Tom being honest and open and a real person in the aspect of admitting that. Also, it's a roast. What did you think? Have you never seen a roast before? You don't need the money. Did you not think they were going to get on you about your divorce? Like, these things are brutal. If they're not brutal, they're not funny.
Yeah, to me about the roast always, there's always going to be stuff that lands that's funny.
Yes.
And other stuff that I feel like that's so cringe and cringe-worthy. And you go, if I was the one being roasted.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the lane of like, okay, oh gosh, you got me, or I laugh, or it's, there's probably a shred of truth in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you really think? Like that. I wouldn't.
I don't know why anyone agrees to it.
Yeah.
I would never agree to be on a roast.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Right. Exactly. No, this is like the whole Whitey thing where you had the rap battle idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I will get angry. And then I'll end up saying something really mean.
Well, you know what, guys? I hate you.
Right. Like, I don't.
You walk out of your own roast.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Right.
Yeah, like I'd walk out like, what's his face?
Michael Scott.
Was it Seth Green and the Austin Powers?
Oh, yeah.
Where he does that like weird run, walk out, like,
come back, Scott.
Yeah, I would take it all personally. I would. I don't like criticism. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
which is probably why you should stay off Twitter.
Exactly.
And the camera's constantly on you, so
right.
It's like someone lands a joke that a lot of people think is funny, and it's like, wow, Dave's not laughing.
No,
like, yeah, because it's not. You're talking about me.
And I probably have, you know what? I probably do some sort of fake laugh the whole night at every single one, no matter how bad it was. I probably laugh harder at those.
Yeah.
And then the whole night, like, put my head on the pillow and be like, oh my God,
right.
Everyone thinks I suck.
And I also wouldn't be someone giving the roast because, yeah, your jokes might be funny, but then they also go after you. It's like, wait, I thought this roast was about Brady. And they're like, hey, Bill Belichick.
Absolutely.
Hey, Kevin Hart. Hey. And they're just.
Well, it can't all be about Brady.
Why not?
I did a roast of somebody who used to work here once for a charity.
Yeah.
And I don't even understand like the roaster. It's like good for them. And by the way, I think I think they're funny. I enjoy watching them. I just wouldn't want to participate in them. And by the way, still to this day, the best roast I've ever seen was the Shaquille O'Neal hosted roast of Emmitt Smith. And it's on YouTube. It's where Jeff Ross really broke through and got his start. Hosted by Jamie Foxx, was actually the host. And you had, Mark Cuban in the audience. It was right after the Kings lost in 01 or 02. You had you had the most uncomfortable scene with a comedian ever. The guy's name was Doug Williams, not that Doug Williams, a different one. His career never recovered from this. But again, Jeff Ross's most brutal roast I've ever seen. By the way, Jeff Ross, and for those who've seen it, it's on YouTube if you look it up. Jeff Ross's roast of Shaquille O'Neal, there were about 8 things that would get him canceled today. Like legit, like, nope, you're done, like completely done. But this was just, 22 years ago. It was hilarious. But again, I wouldn't want to be on the other end of it. So, Tom, there's a lesson for you, pal. We'll take a break. When we come back, halfway through, it's a schedule release today, the NFL. We'll talk about that, what's coming up, what we already know, and so much more right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
You've seen the specials on Amazon, Netflix, Showtime, and more. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Babe, can I go with Steve and have a drink at the casino? And then she started to speak wife. She looked at him right in the face and she goes, you can do whatever you want. And his dumb goes, told you. I go, oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Steve Trevino. Saturday, June 1st, the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of free, pre-qualified, and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use, but parents need to know more about the dangers of nicotine. So know this. 1. Nicotine is a poison that can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can increase mood swings. 3. It can limit attention and learning. So even when it comes in new tech, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text it.
And it's kind of a lava pit I'm going to put my feet in, but whatever. I'm talking to A's fans online, a lot of the people that are organizing things, and kind of wondering aloud, like, I was thinking about this last night. If you want John Fisher really to sell the team, there's other things that can be done that sort of have been, but it makes me kind of wonder if there's an appetite and manpower out there. Look, and I want to say a couple things before I say anything, just so there's an understanding of awareness. I understand, number one, there's a lot more important things in the world to protest than a baseball team moving. I get that. Number two, I think anything I'm about to say, I want to stress completely, even though part of me thinks don't say it, because once you say these words, it becomes a powder keg. But I think anything that should be done to keep the A's, obviously, this goes without saying, should be done peacefully and legally within the rights that you have to express disdain. But it does make me wonder if there's an appetite, like how you think about, I'm thinking about Sean Connery, which is probably the wrong thing to think about in The Untouchables. It's like, how far are you willing to go? Like, where is John Fisher appearing? I know he was up in Reno, I think a week ago, doing a speech. But and there's a Twitter account that like tracks where his plane goes, which is a little bit of a gray area there, I think, ethically. But like, we had a different situation here with the Maloofs, where I don't equate the Maloofs to John Fisher. I mean, like John Fisher's a lot more heavy-handed and being a lot more mean about this whole thing, whereas the Maloofs, I feel like we're good guys that were just broke. And in the end, I think, say what you want about them, but they left the door open to stay in Sacramento. That's just a fact. They left the door open in the contracts to stay here. I think John Fisher can sell. I think he can be forced to sell by the people. But I think that as well-intentioned as they are, I think protests at the ballpark and the parking, like that's where they want them. Like that's where it's expected to be. It's a contained situation. Why are in a perfect world? And again, I'm thinking out loud, which is a terrible idea sometimes to do publicly. But I'm great minds out there, smarter than I, might hop on. John Fisher owns the Gap, right? Are there daily protests in front of the Gap stores with pickets and signs? And again, this isn't about harassing people, innocent people that just want to shop. This is about creating a nuisance, just a nuisance. Get some airplay. What are you shopping? What are you putting money in John Fisher's pocket for? He's taking away XYZ jobs. Why aren't all the Gap stores being protested in the area? Why isn't John Fisher being specifically targeted whenever he goes out in public? what about the sponsors on both on the TV side? Why aren't they being picketed? Clients get very persnickety when it comes to stuff like this. And when it comes to advertising, regardless of the medium, generally it's what's called branding. It's very difficult to quantify, for example, when you're running ads, unless you're doing mention, sometimes you'll see out there, hey, mention Jason Ross and get 35% off. Mm-hmm. And then everyone who mentions Jason Ross, they can write down, oh, hey, I got 24 Jason Ross mentions this week, and that's good. But a lot of times most of the time, it's, hey, come on down and shop the thing and get the deal, and they don't know where the business is coming from. But if, Johnny Sandwiches is a sponsor of the A's on, let's say, NBC Sports Bay Area, California, and you got 5 people out there every day in front of Johnny Sandwiches saying this is you're putting money in Fisher's pocket, even though it's not directly, or sponsors of the stadium, or sponsors of the A's directly. I just am wondering out loud that if there's so many committed people that have donated their time, their money, their blood, sweat, and tears to this whole thing. I wonder if it's time to maybe shift strategies and really start going after the places that hurt and that are annoying to these guys.
Yeah, I think the first question you ask is the one. What's the appetite, and 2, the manpower.
That's true.
Because that's a lot of branches to the tree, which would have a huge impact.
Sure.
But, are you getting 5 people at 6 different gaps? Are you getting 5 people at...
Which is 30 people, by the way, in the middle of the day who have jobs.
Yeah.
I totally get there's a piece of privilege.
Another 30 to the Johnny Sandwich shop, whatever the location. Oh, Fisher showing up here. No, we need about 70 there.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a lot of work.
Let's say I was told, Dave, take a sabbatical from the radio station, a paid sabbatical, of course, I got bills to pay. And you're in charge. You're in charge of the whole thing. I think what I would do is something like create a website, and on that website would be a schedule of like all places to be protested. Like, hey, here's a track of John Fisher's public appearances. Here's any A's hierarchy appearances, not the players, but Dave Cavill, all those guys. And then here's the Gap locations, and here's sponsors. And now we have a big digital sign-up sheet up. Let's gather all the volunteers we have, and here's a drop-down screen. And, hey, can you be out at the Gap on Market Street at 5 p.m.? We're going to do – here's the days and hours we're going to do the protests, and really start to organize. And then, oh, by the way, that in itself will get media attention. And now you're going to start doing interviews with TV stations, radio stations, newspapers. Hey, we've started the protestthea's.org, and people can volunteer to come in. Oh, by the way, what about a Vegas counterpart? They just got their schools over stadiums bill shot down by the Nevada State Supreme Court a couple of days ago. Well, why not turn those schools over stadiums people down in Las Vegas into part of that network and start going after all the Vegas connections here? Anybody, whether it's Bally's, whether it's the advertisers down there, whether it's a media partner, whether it's anybody having to do with the stadium. People get really weird, especially when they're in a point of sale business, about having protesters outside. Again, not harassing customers. Like, let them go in and do their thing. Don't call them names. Don't do any of that. Just be there protesting so that customers say, well, I could get my clothes here, but, I kind of feel bad about that. I'm going to go over here. Peer pressure is a weird thing. And let me say this. Ethical, legal, targeted,
planned
bullying can actually be very useful. I'm just wondering out loud. You really want him to sell. I know you do. What's the appetite? What's the manpower?
Yeah, because now, and there's nothing wrong with the people that, every A's game now, like there's people sitting behind sell shirts like that.
Yes.
That's great, but that also is not shocking.
It's not. I don't
want to say it's lost its luster. That's not my point, but it's also, if you saw 10 at the mall in front of a Gap.
That's right.
What is this?
You have picket signs. You have people there with little megaphones, again, where it's allowed, where it's legal, just saying, we're losing 1,300 jobs. There's people in the Bay Area that would buy this team, have all your positive talking points, like illustrate to non-A's fan why this is something you should care about. We've lost all these teams. This is our last one left. This is going to affect real lives, real have pictures of little kids in A's gear that are crying and holding signs like Brandon Crawford did when the Giants were going to move when he was a little kid. We've all seen that picture. Really, there has to be a PR and propaganda war here if they really want a chance. I do think maybe I'm crazy, but we've heard this before a few years ago. I do think there's still an opportunity for this thing to resolve itself in Oakland with new ownership. I just think it has to go next level if it's going to happen. Not next level as in accelerated, or I don't like that term. Next level in the sense of a different tack now, because I think the A's have the John Fisher and the A's they've numbed themselves to the sell shirts. Yeah. Anyways, kind of got carried away on that. Let's get to NFL schedules next, and we'll also do On This Day. And speaking of, this ties in perfectly. On this day in 2013, a very, very special day, speaking of in the history of the Sacramento Kings. We'll hit the NFL schedule. We'll get to that next.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk.
Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week, Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right. 49ers open up at home Monday night, as we told you yesterday, against Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. I'm excited, man. Can we just fast forward to that right now? The other home games will be the Rams, Cards, Seahawks, Bears, Lions, Cowboys, Patriots, and Chiefs. The Lions and hold on. I saw something yesterday. The Chiefs are fairly early. I want to say they're October 4th or something like that.
Already locked in.
Yeah, that's already. I saw a thing on that yesterday. See if I can find it. Date for blah blah blah. Well, the Chiefs, the Niners will be hosting the Chiefs October 20th, Week 7. That'll kick off. That's a 1:25 start on Fox. So you're going to get the Niners facing the rematch of the NFC Championship game, a rematch of the Super Bowl in there as well. Not to mention, you'll see the number one pick, the Chicago Bears, and those will all be happening along with the new look Patriots, if you will.
Yeah,
all at home.
Yeah, so what the divisions they're locked in, obviously their own.
Mm-hmm.
They get the NFC North and the AFC East.
Yeah, so they're going to go on the road and play in Buffalo. They'll go to Miami and face old friend Mike McDaniel. They'll be at Lambeau Field. And so you got the Rams, Cards, Seahawks, Vikings, Packers, Dolphins, Bills, and Buccaneers on the road as well. That schedule gets released. I want to say it's around 5:00 today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have all the highlights and full coverage for you coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
And the best part about it is all the social media channels with their releasing the schedule.
What do you mean?
Like, remember the Titans last year? They had
yes. Yeah. Yes, you're 100% right. In fact, I just played that for my wife last night. She'd weirdly never seen that before. Yeah, everyone thought the Colts were the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What was it? That's not even real, and it shows the Jaguars logo. Oh, that's Chester
Cheeto.
Cheeto. Yeah. On this day, Jason Ross, great poll by you. In 2013, the Kings are officially here to stay. May 15th, the NBA owners voted 22-8 to vote down the relocation of the Kings going to Seattle. Jason, where were you?
I do remember where I was. I actually was at my brother's college graduation, my younger brother. And I mean, we were kind of getting the
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
This point, we were feeling this was going to happen, but until you get certainty and then seeing it on social media and calls from other people. And
because there was an 8-0 by the recommendation committee, an 8-0 vote. And the thought there was that was the big win.
Yeah. But still needed to go through the NBA owners.
And that was in Dallas.
I mean, 22-8. It's a win. That's what they needed. And then 14 days later, the Maloofs worked out the deal and sold to Vivek's group. But that was, I mean, those months, you know it. We all do. I mean, we all lived it. It was as trying as, because while the season was going, was really, really difficult.
Yep.
Because there were moving fractions. One, the team's terrible, but it's like, wait, this is really happening. This is trouble. Like, this is real trouble.
Yeah.
To then, wait, there might be a flicker of hope. And then it's like gaining momentum and momentum and momentum. And then it's just such a great feeling when it was official.
It really was. It was the best feeling. Man, you know, it's funny. We talk about Kennedy moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where were you? That is the Sacramento Kings Kennedy moment right there.
But there was a lot of them on the road, though. Like, I mean, for some, it was more of that first, which was maybe like a week or two earlier, where it was the 8-0 recommendation. So you're like, that's But you know, there are other little steps. So
you had you had the Dana Falk tweet.
Oh man, yeah.
Announcing they were being sold. You had the 8-0. You had the 22-8, which happened again on this day in 2013, 11 years ago. You had David Stern. I got to make this quick. I got a game to get to in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And then you had 2 weeks later, because there were still people like, okay, well, that's that, but you know, Malou still don't have to sell. 2 weeks later, they sold to Vivek in one of the greatest investments ever. $535 million for 65%. That was the Malou share plus Bob Heinrich's share, and you go from $535 million to the team's worth $3 billion today. That is
in 11 years,
6x in 11 years. So way to go. And ultimately
new stadium.
And it's like, we appreciate all the minority owners and Vivek and everybody for stepping up. I think we're even though, because the fans and because of that investment have made those guys an absolute boat ton of money.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, and good, by the way, and I'm not bitching about it. Like, good. I'm glad they're making money. That's awesome. Like, good for them. What an investment.
But in 11 years, like literally, David Stern is no longer here.
Yep.
KJ's not in the mix. And
listen, man, there's
a lot of changes.
David Stern's dead. KJ is nowhere to be seen. Grant Napier is gone. Like, there's a lot of things. In fact, speaking of, I remember I was in my man cave in my garage with Sean Thomas, old friend of ours.
Who?
The voice of the Valley, who was on the RV with me. And it was goofy because we were shooting that documentary. And so we had cameras in there just waiting for, you know, I'm refreshing Twitter. And it's funny in the documentary, you can see I had like, I don't know, was it a Palm Trio or some old ass stupid phone? And you're clicking. And, you know, we all just I remember losing it. And then, I called Grant, who was at a golf tournament at the time, and he was sobbing on the 13th tee or whatever. I mean, there were just a lot of tears, because that was just hell.
That was a grind for months.
Such a grind for years. We had the Anaheim Honda Center, Henry Samueli, you know, moving down there to Vegas, Virginia Beach, then Seattle, and Seattle hit, and it was like, that was it. You had the Sonicscape people who are good people publishing the thing in Grantland about here's how you get your team back and all that garbage we didn't want to hear. And, you know, all the goodbye games, RIP, stupid Kobe Bryant killing us, just destroying us there in OT. And like I've always said with Kobe, it's like, I hated him so much, but like it's sports hate. Like when Kobe passed, I spent a lot, as we all did. And again, you and I on the phone that Sunday talking about like how much we actually really loved Kobe and respected him. And, we're fully involved in the tragic nature of his passing, and out of respect for Kobe, held on to our sports hate, which I met Kobe once in my life. Don't profess to know him, but I feel like if Kobe were right here right now, he'd be like, oh no, keep the same energy, dude. Keep the same energy. I have no problems coming in and ripping all your hearts out, whether it was in the playoffs, whether it was the last game ever in Sacramento. I think the last thing in the world Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, would be for us to ease up on our sports hate of him because of the tragedy that happened. So it's like this crazy respect and love thing for him. There's just so many things that are just tied together with it. And now we're on the other side of it.
Yeah, and the what if on so many different levels. If they did go to Anaheim, what would 3 teams down there look like? Would the Clipper, who knows? If they went to Seattle, that's a different.
Well, Ballmer would have never bought the Clippers, obviously, right?
So then you got a completely different thing there. And as much as it was talked about getting a team back here, I had zero faith.
Do you remember the athlete you were talking about, Kobe Bryant, in the last game at Arco? What could have been? Do you remember the athlete on Twitter that talk crap about the Kings, and then Kings fans exploded on him?
No.
Landon Donovan.
Oh my God. I completely
U.S. soccer hero.
Oh my
Landon
God.
Donovan.
I completely it was something about how they'd be better in Seattle, or
it was something I think it was like, oh yeah, pack your bags, like
something like that.
And I think the whole city of Sacramento jumped on him and to the effect of like, hey guys, I didn't realize how serious this is. I am terribly sorry about what I said.
And you had, I mean, go back and to go back and like Spencer Hawes, the day it was announced, put in all caps, put Supersonic on, James Johnson wearing the Sonics hat in the locker room, and a person who I still don't think we've ever revealed, but maybe the nicest person in the world, absolutely losing his mind.
Never gets angry, but was angry.
I found the tweet you're looking for.
Oh, what is it? Go ahead.
It's so cute to see the Queen fans get all excited and think they're going to win, only to lose to the champs once again. # see you in Anaheim.
I let Landon Donovan go straight to hell. Just do not pass go. Still mad. Actually, I'm mad again. Yes. What's the point of stomping on us like that? And then, actually, I think this might be the first year I'm not going to do it, because every year on this anniversary for the last 10 years, I have a folder in my Twitter account that's all the trolliest Seattle people, and all the tweets that were like, you guys suck. What are you even trying to do this for? Can't wait to see him in Seattle. And I always like to go back and retweet those. Many of those accounts have been closed down now, but it's almost like a receipts celebration for Sacramento Kings fans. It just simply was the coolest effort in the history of sports when it comes to fans and relocation. And that has really kind of been the closest we've ever gotten to a championship.
Pretty great feeling,
and in some ways you'd argue it's actually better than would I rather have an NBA finals in 2000? Would I have rather won the NBA finals in 2002?
Yeah.
But the team's in Seattle right now, or gotten screwed like we didn't keep the team? It's not a question.
Yeah. Then we had, we went from having the different benchmark games. Is this the last game ever? Oh, not going to Anaheim. Is this the last game ever? Now they're on their way to Seattle. To, hey, first game back. Last game at Arco officially. First game at Golden. There was a bunch of celebration games that kept bringing out more good vibes after that.
Which one was the one against the Nuggets where the Nuggets missed the shot at the last second? Was that the first game at Arco?
Yes, under Vivek's ownership.
And then what was the first game at Golden One Center? San Antonio?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard ripped Ben McLemore 4 times in the backcourt.
That's right. I should have. That's Denver. It was Denver. That's the one where I was on the ladder at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The
Kings won, last second miss.
Yes. Last second miss in the corner.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Side of the back.
Right side of the back. Exactly. God, I was freaked out that was going to go into. And then you have last year in Portland. And all the memories on
more good ones to come.
Yep. So congratulations, Kings fans. You kept your team. And A's fans, again, let that. I hope they get some, I hope they get some motivation out of that, because you never ever say never until shovels are in the ground and bags are packed. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into an NBA draft player profile. Jared McCain, point guard, shooting guard out of Duke. We've got some numbers and some info on him for you next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week, with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard, aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for a Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. It's Dave.
Hi.
It's Jason. Hi. It's you.
In the world.
In a world. Thanks to everybody watching on the YouTube, listening on the airwaves, and texting us at 916-339-1140. Jared McCain. Sounds like it's a good name. Jared McCain. It's a solid name.
Is that a good name for a future Sacramento King?
I think it could be.
Jared
McCain. Oh, yes, okay. Born right here, folks.
He's one of our own.
In Sacramento, California. But I think ended up, I know he went to Centennial High. I think that's in Southern California.
Yeah, he was SoCal. He left after, I think, grade school. Or
he's the opposite of Jason.
Spy.
But this is it's his hometown,
yeah.
Sacramento. That would be rather fun. Jared McCain is a kind of 1-2/6'3", 20 years old, out of Duke. The strengths on him, according to various reports, great competitor, kind of a combo guard, very, very good shooter.
Yeah, hit some good numbers yesterday at the Combine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, hey, not for nothing, I know this isn't his day, and I know he'll have his own, but pretty glowing reviews of Zach Edey at that Combine as well, especially from outside. Obviously not being guarded.
Could work on his running form.
I think when you're 7'4", 500 pounds or whatever. Yeah.
500
pounds. However the hell tall he is, man. Zach,
just move your arms.
I know. I know we're doing Jared McCain here, but is Zach Edey the most intriguing prospect in the draft? Am I overstating that? I don't know. On one hand, I'm like, hold on. He's 7'4", 300 with touch, and was the 2-time consensus college basketball player of the year. And college basketball is effectively along with the G League, the minor leagues of the NBA. Why wouldn't at least maybe he's not going to be an MVP, but why wouldn't some of that translate to the NBA?
He's the classic case, because I could, if we do a profile on him, I could see what the cons are. Get him in a pick and roll, get a guard, get a switch, and he's guarding De'Aaron Fox out on the perimeter. Good luck. Well, yeah, sure. But also, he's going to rebound.
Right.
He probably will score in the paint. He'll get a lot of gimmies.
He'll block shots.
He'll block some shots. Is he about what he can't do or what he can do? And that's sometimes we get caught up too much in what people can't do, and there's not a perfect player out there.
And that's where I'm obsessed with the scouting reports and scouts, because you look at the numbers he's putting up, and it's what is it that all these scouts know? Because just pure numbers wise, I'm just talking numbers. Zach Edey should be the consensus #1 pick in the draft.
From numbers, yeah, but here's a good example from the finals. He plays against Connecticut, plays Donovan Clingan, who is now stretch and measurables are all very good, but he can move really well.
Right.
Probably more athletic, could probably switch on different guys, and you see him in mock drafts in the lottery.
Right.
And so you just go, okay, but he's just getting better and better seemingly, where Edey's played several years. He's also improving. But I think there's a spot for both those guys.
So Donovan Clingan is a consensus top 10 lottery pick.
Yeah.
Zach Edey is all the way from low lottery to second rounder.
Yeah.
Zach Edey had 37 points and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks against Donovan Clingan. So I'm not saying the scouts are wrong, which by the way they could be. But it's a pretty wide consensus that, and I get it. I understand that for everybody that translates from college to the pros, there is 17 Tyler Hansbroughs, Luka Garzas, Sean Mays, Cherokee Parkses, Christian Leitners that were college studs. And then you've got the guy out of college that's like, he's a freshman. He's 17 years old. He averaged 8 points, 3 boards, and 1 assist, and he goes number 3. And he ends up having a great career.
Yeah.
So, what is it about Edey that you're able to quantify that you think won't translate over to the pros in a lottery pick style, especially in a down draft, where another thing we talked about the other day was that the number 1 pick in the draft this year rates out to be in the average draft the 7th or 8th pick. Alex Sarr would go an average of 7 to 8 based on his scores against the average draft over the last 20 years, which I thought was rather interesting. But it's all such a damn crapshoot. Back to Jared. Concerns Jason. Will he be able to find his own shot at the basket? And he's probably he's less of a point guard, more of a shooting guard, but he's 6'3".
Yeah, so the size could be a concern. I mean, again, now we're listing what other people are suggesting as positives and negatives. But if you think about Kings, and I would say looking at Kings trends, floor spacing, shooting has always been a premium for Monty and his front office. I wouldn't say guard is the first need, but I'm not really looking at need in the draft. To me, it's about adding more talent.
He won the McDonald's All-American 3-point contest, 80% free throw percentage, 80 to 86%.
That's good.
But it just sounds like at least the read on him is that this is a smart player who has a huge motor, but ultimately may be done in a little bit by genetics in the sense that he's not a facilitator. He's more of a scorer. He doesn't really contribute much outside of scoring, but that's a huge strength. Now that could translate to, look, hey man, if you're
what's Malik's size officially listed?
I think it's 6'3", 6'3" or 6'3" or 6'4".
Same size.
Yes.
And Malik's figured out, and Malik's got incredible athletic ability though, and has the ability to get into spaces to dunk.
6'3".
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're talking same
jump out of the gym athleticism and also able, but the Malik really showed us last year too. He can distribute the ball.
Yeah, he's a great playmaker, but I feel like he's a 2 by in true character.
Yeah.
But his decision making and playmaking was really good.
It was, and it's again we're spiraling here, but it's another reason why I really would be excited to see a Fox Monk backcourt. And yes, I'm not going to lie. Part of it's the synergy of them playing in the backcourt at Kentucky and being very successful there. And I know, I think the issue there is that if you went Fox and Monk in the backcourt, you're going to lose a little bit defensively. But that's where if you could augment that and pull your defense up a little bit with Keegan there as an anchor, and then add in a 4 or a 3 if you push Keegan down. And that's where like a Mikal Bridges come in. Like if you were able to somehow get Mikal Bridges and still keep those guys, I know, right? Like not likely. But that type of player, which don't grow on trees, well, then all of a sudden you can have a Fox Monk backcourt.
Right.
And as you and I talked about a couple of days ago, when we talk about defensive player of the year, it's actually really silly that a guy like the guy that leads the league in steals should like almost automatically be an all-NBA first or second defensive team. Because I can tell you this much, almost always the guy that leads the league in blocks will almost always be first team, if not second team. And I've said this many, many times. Give me a steal over a block any day of the week. Blocks are fun to watch. They're fun to watch, but 90% of all blocks go in the stands, out of bounds. A steal is literally
the other team.
A steal is literally a turnover.
Yeah.
You have stolen possession from the other player. Now you could argue blocks and stuff like that. Well, it's the not blocks. How many shots does Rudy Gobert alter because of his long range, even though it doesn't show up as a block? Whereas, I don't know that De'Aaron's altering shots because of his stealing ability. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, all right, we will we'll take a break. When I got to think we're going to have a lot of this figured out by, I would say probably Memorial Day, Jason, most likely. A lot like our friends at Hoblet have their Memorial Day sale going on right now. It's the season sales event happening. And this month you can save up to $10,500 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500s. Now that means you can get your hands on one of America's favorite trucks starting at $36,995. And with over 500 new Ram trucks available, you're sure to find the right truck for you. But why go to Hoblet? Because they do things different. They do things different. That's what I've told you for years. You're not just a number. When you buy from Hoblet, you become a family. There's a reason that little old Hoblet in Woodland, they're the #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. Think about that. All the big metropolises, heck, all the places in the Midwest and South where you'd think they'd need trucks more, all the bigger cities, and little old Hoblet in Woodland is #1 in California and #3 in the nation. There's a reason. They have the big city selection that you crave and the savings, but the small town feel you can't get at an auto mall. So now's the time to get the new Ram truck of your dreams. Stop by for a test drive or search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot? I don't know. Who's not? Also, do not know. We'll go streaking. Coming up next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at SacktownSports.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, a first Major League win is always special, especially for someone who's paid his dues. Joey Estes, acquired by the A's in the Matt Olson trade, handful of innings in the big leagues for the Athletics a year ago, made his first start this year in Seattle. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 5 years after he was drafted by Atlanta.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPFest.com. That's CITPFest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Juno Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at SacAutographExpo.com. That's SacAutographExpo.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf Monthly lists 10 things great golfers don't do. They don't arrive at the course with minutes to spare. Get there in time to properly warm up. They don't follow one mistake with another. Take your medicine and move on. They don't lose their cool. Tiger takes 10 steps and the problem is gone from his mind. They don't give up. A bad round can always get better. They don't blame their tools. It wasn't the putter's fault you 3-putted. And they don't worry about 3-putting. Move to the next hole and try again. Great golfers don't take unnecessary risks. Keep those large numbers off the scorecard. They don't underclub. Weekend golfers think they hit the ball farther than they actually do. They don't always hit the driver. Put the big stick back in the bag when it's not behaving. And finally, great golfers don't hit balls randomly. Have a plan on the range and stick to it, and take that same plan to the course. It's a game. Have some fun out there. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is... Oh, jeez, you got me laughing. Who's hot?
Miami Marlins.
Miami Marlins. What?
Oh, you're questioning that, Jason?
Yeah, I am.
Are you questioning it because the Marlins are 12-32 this season?
I am.
Well, they played the Tigers yesterday for their 44th game of the season, which means it was a guaranteed win for Miami.
Huh? What?
Since 2013, the Marlins are undefeated on their 44th game of the season.
Who did that research?
And their streak continues with their 1-0 win over the Tigers yesterday. They are 12-0 since 2013 on their 44th game of the season.
So are you suggesting next year we pull up all of our money and bet everything we own on game 44? In the Marlins?
He'd be stupid not to.
Who did you just cool off a couple of days ago?
Everybody.
What we need to do is you and Chris need to pool your money on them winning, and then I'm going to bet on them losing, and one of us becomes a big winner.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. And then we split the winnings either way.
Unless we
first tie in MLB history.
Right? Who is
House wins.
Who is not other than the team that plays the Marlins on that 44?
Ironically, the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Since 2013, when their game 44 streak started, they have an overall record of 749 and 973, which is the worst record in Major League Baseball during that time.
They made the playoffs last year.
According to Forbes, the only team in baseball worth less than the A's.
Worthless or worth less?
Worth. I think they're worth an even $1 billion, and the A's are worth, I got it right here. The A's are worth $1.2 billion, which, by the way, John Fisher's trying to raise $500 million by selling partial shares. I believe at a valuation of $3 billion.
Oh, we're going to have the stadium that you pay for, so it's going to be worth more.
It's going to be. And
what would $20 get me?
I think that gets you the press box. You own it. You own the press box.
You get the possum.
The bathrooms.
And look, if they do go to Vegas,
there's money there.
The valuation will go up significantly. Because you saw it with we don't really talk about it enough, and that's fine. But in retrospect, again, you want to talk about somebody who made out like a bandit. The Las Vegas Raiders are the 6th most valuable team in the NFL right now. The Raiders are worth $6.2 billion. For just to put that in perspective, the Jets in New York are at 6.1. The Commanders in DC at 6. Along with the San Francisco 49ers, the 9th highest valued team. Dude, he made a little bit of money. He did there, Mark Davis there, guy. Streaking time. Let's go right now, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
All right, let's see if we can keep our streaks alive. Carmichael Dave, you were at 0. Your streak had broken the other day with late night Lamont.
Yep. Oh, Lamont.
You went with Max Kepler. Working on the longest active hitting streak. Max didn't start.
Yeah.
So we got a pinch hit appearance.
Yeah.
One opportunity that does count.
Yeah.
He had one shot, one opportunity. 0 for 1. You're at 0. You stay at 0. I was at 1, and I went with Juan Soto of the New York Yankees.
Juan Soto,
who had 4 plate appearances, and in his first plate appearance today got a hit. So I'm at 2.
Hey,
yay!
Look at you. That's 2 more than I have.
And Chris Verlaud was at 2.
Yeah, leading the lead.
Trying to get to 3 in a show lead for active hitters. He picked Tyler O'Neill, the Boston Red Sox, who got up 4 times.
Yeah.
And Chris got himself a hit.
Oh, here he goes.
So Chris is at 3. I'm at 2. Dave is at 0.
Wow.
Fresh start, though, today.
I'm on what we call the Jason.
Hey.
I cannot find...
Are you continuing your motive?
I'm going to try it one more time. Let's go with Kettle Marty.
The longest hitting streak?
Longest hitting streak. He is at 14 games. Ketel Marte. By the way, look at my guy O'Neill Cruz starting to figure it out in Pittsburgh. One of my favorite non-San Francisco Giant players. I love me some O'Neill Cruz. He is a freak of nature with so much potential.
He's figuring it out.
He is figuring it out. He got himself an 8-game streak, but I can't use him yet.
Yeah.
So Ketel Marte.
I'm going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr.
Hey. Oh, Ronnie.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Junior.
Chris?
I am going to take Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. Well, and I am going to take the opportunity to ask Chris to give me the breaking news bed, as we have breaking news in the world of sports.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports Breaking News.
Donovan Mitchell will miss tonight's elimination game versus Boston. He is dealing with a calf strain. He is not good to go tonight, which means we have updated odds, ladies and gentlemen. That will take us to, with the Celtics having a 3-1 lead, playing at home, where they were 37-4 in the regular season. So we'll start with that, guys. Celtics hosting the Cavs tonight, 4 p.m. TNT. Who is favored? You know what? Normally I'm really hard on you guys with this. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to just this once. I will give you a hint. Boston is favored tonight.
That helps.
Chris, you went first last time.
And you're sure this is after the Donovan Mitchell news?
I am relatively sure that this is after the Donovan.
What, the spread's already been updated?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Celtics by 11.5.
Ooh. That's what I wanted to pick. I'm going to take Celtics by 12.5.
So you're going to go higher, not lower.
I think he went the right way.
I had to sip the tea there for a second, even though it's coffee.
Give us the tea.
The Boston Celtics are favored by 15.5 points tonight versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Aye.
All right. What's the second
let me
game?
ask you. None of us are.
That's a respectable job.
We don't do the gamblings. Let's pretend for a second we are gamblers, 1-800-GAMBLERS. Who do you guys take tonight with that?
15.5?
15.5. It's so tempting to take the Cavs.
Yeah, I would take the Cavs.
I would too.
Because one of the things is when your main player is out, like, you don't win necessarily, but there's a different look now tonight they haven't seen.
Well, it's survival game.
And
right?
it's
like
a survival
elimination. Like, they could lose by 14.
Right.
And even if they're up by like 20 with 4 minutes to go, you're taking everybody out.
That's right.
I would take the Cavs.
Isn't Mitchell is he a free agent?
Yeah, he's the one that they're already talking about with the Lakers.
Lakers, of
and
course,
I
they are.
think even today there's some
Brooklyn.
report that Brooklyn.
Yeah. Okay. 6:30 p.m. TNT. Mavericks. Thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. This is in Oklahoma City. Who is favored? And by how much? Chris Verlaud. Oh, deep breath.
It is in Oklahoma City.
It is, in fact, in Oklahoma City. By the way, Campeo says you taking Ohtani is a bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
I am going to say OKC.
Okay, see.
2.5.
OKC favored by 2.5 over the Mavericks.
I feel like they're a little bit of the darling team. OKC, a little more 5.5. 5. Let's settle on 5.5.
5.5, and you said 2.5.
So there's some wiggle room here.
We do not have a correct answer.
Don't tell me it's 4.5.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are favored by. We'll take a break.
Oh.
You said don't tell you.
No, tell me.
You said don't tell you if it was 4.5.
Oh.
You asked me, and I'm doing the best I can to not.
You can tell me if it's 4.5.
It's 4.5.
Darn it.
Oklahoma City Thunder favored by 4.5.
I would switch.
We'll take a break. When we come back,
I would take Dallas.
You take Dallas in this one? When we come back,
you got sausage arms and cankles.
Malik Monk Herder, Mr. Doncic there. By the way, there's a new Lexus commercial out. Anybody see the video with Davion Mitchell, and Emily?
Of course.
Yeah. What?
Of course.
Okay.
Does that mean he's staying?
I think that's exactly what that means. When we come back, we'll look back at the Eastern Conference as well. With a little Caitlin Clark tie-in before we get to the Western Conference and what to watch. We'll recap everything for you coming up.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for a Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with installation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yup. Get busy. Welcome back. Appreciate you. I know I say that often, but I don't say it often enough, I don't think. I asked earlier if the San Francisco Giants were a food, what food would they be? We said, what did we decide on? The cafeteria salads, whatever you want to call that. Dustin says they'd be peas. Okay, if they're peas, though, they're the canned, like, gray-looking peas that are disgusting and mushy.
Very cafeteria-like, too.
Mm-hmm. Leland says peanut butter and jelly that gets left in the ice chest and water seeps into the bread. That's pretty good.
Because I was like, hey, wait a minute. Peanut butter jelly's good.
Plain instant oatmeal that is prepared in a coffee mug with hot water from the dispenser.
You can kind of make plain.
That doesn't sound that bad.
But plain?
Yeah, plain, just plain, though. Sloppy Joe in a can. Hey! Do not slander Manwich.
Are they spam?
Spamwich? Oh, I got you. Spam's,
I've never had spam before.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I'm not.
Interesting.
On the hot plate?
I happen to have a case of spam at home.
Case?
Yeah. You get them in 10-packs. I have a case.
And I've got the spam cooker that...
No, but with the hot plate that was delivered this morning, I could do fried spam and egg sandwiches for you guys.
Hold the spam.
Hold the spam. Not you don't want to give. You know what spam is basically? If you haven't had it, imagine the insides of a hot dog, but in brick form that you can slice without the casing.
I'm sold.
It's pretty close to what spam is.
Yum.
The Giants are cream of wheat. It's a meal, but it absolutely sucks without something added to it. Okay, a plain cream of wheat. Yeah, because cream of wheat is good if you flavor it. I like it at least.
How about toast with no butter?
Yeah, toast with no butter sucks.
Burnt toast.
Yeah. Either. Just, I have no use for it. Get out of here with that. You got to dip it in something. Like I started making my own ranch recently. Now that's like a thing for me now. I've always got a mason jar of homemade ranch. I'll just take bread and dip it in there sometimes for a snack, but I would just eat bread. Unless it's that hot bread that always seems to get announced at the grocery store when I'm shopping. Mm-hmm. Hey, over on the bakery section, we have the hot French bread ready to go for you over in the bakery. And you go over there, it's like $1.39.
Yeah, it's like, I thought you were giving out samples.
Well, but I'll grab some because I always think like, everyone will love this, and then I just end up like tearing chunks out of it in the store while I'm shopping. It's like a in the store snack.
You eat food while you're at the store?
I eat the bread. This
I know you pay for it, but I don't like that.
This is a controversial topic. I understand that. So
I would like you out of the store.
I won't,
sir. Please leave.
I don't. There's not rules.
Yes,
but I have like my own rules, which is like I'll eat the bread
because it's hot.
Because I can like pull it out of I can reach my hand in the bag and I can pull it out while it's hot, like a little chunk. And I know that the crumbs are going to stay in the bag and I'm not going to make a mess because that's number one rule. Don't make a mess. Okay. Secondly,
that's the number one rule.
And then occasionally, if I'm like really parched, I might grab like a Snapple.
Oh no. And open it
and drink it. But then I pay for it.
I know, but backwards.
I think if you I'm not going to grab a rotisserie chicken and start drumsticking it. Well, because that's messy and weird.
What if you kept it clean?
What if you just like snuck a leg out?
Yes, just the leg.
I mean, ultimately, if you had like a napkin or something, I mean, but that's just, you look over and you see somebody eating a drumstick.
Oh my God.
A sleeve of Oreos.
Versus a piece of bread. What?
A sleeve of Oreos.
I mean, I'm not, it's the ones, if the pack where you peel it back and you just grab one.
Have you had more than multiple items that were consumed that you have bought?
No.
Okay, so it's just the one.
No, it's just one.
It hasn't been bread and Snapple?
No. No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what you're not supposed to do though. What I won't do is I like grapes.
Well, that's the one I will do.
No,
I have.
You're stealing. You're shoplifting. No, it's true. Because they're weighed.
I'm the bad guy.
You're the bad guy. That's why I won't do it.
That's why I sit on the scale.
Because you're eating the grapes, so they're not going to get weighed.
But he's not stealing from the customer.
No, you're stealing from the store.
Oh my God!
Oh, here's
not
Chris.
the store.
Oh, the corporation said we should be able to steal. No, but I'm saying
I go in first, sit on the scale, eat a grape, subtract.
You put the little finger down. See that? I won't eat produce because it's weighed, and I feel like that's shoplifting.
I'm now thinking that Jason, he does the self-checkout when he does that, and he takes one single grape and he puts it on the scale.
Beep. Yeah, just weighs it.
And then puts it back in the bag.
100%.
And I land it right next to him. That's my trick.
Also, I don't go into if I get stuff out of the buckets, like some places still have the buckets with like the chocolate malto balls.
Sure. Or almonds.
Yeah, I can't snack on those. Those are by weight. Can't do it. So it's illegal. I will say this: self-checkout though, shoplifter haven. It just makes it if you wanted to do that. I'm just saying it could.
Like one of the things that is like a problem I can see is like if you get a bunch of bananas and then for some reason you accidentally put a single banana in there.
Yeah. And or it's like, I got the organic artichokes, but I put in the regular ones.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like the one time, I literally did this and went, wait, what's the difference? It said, and I couldn't remember if I got the small avocados or the large, but in the self-checkout, it's like input if you got small or large. I go, I don't know. I think I got the large.
I think I got the large.
And then I go,
He goes up. Jason goes up.
Well, I wasn't sure, but I guess you could have done the small and you go, oh, I could have done something.
I could have. Now, hold on. If somebody just said this on the YouTube chat, and I actually agree with this, specifically when you're talking about grapes. I do believe it's acceptable as long as you're very careful with your hands to not touch any of them. Yeah. I do think it's acceptable to sample a grape.
Yeah, I say that. I don't really, it's not all the time. I've done it before.
100%. Like I need to know what kind of grape I'm getting.
Yeah, I just kind of look at the whole bag and it's like, okay, that looks like a good bag. I'll take it. And then maybe I'll try one.
But and I don't even mind having one of those grapes on the injured list in there. You're going to get some mushy, wrinkled grapes in there. But there's a difference. Like you get just like regular seedless green grapes. And
are you sure it's weight? Now that I think about it, it doesn't say grapes. Oh no, it might be. Like
it depends.
$2.99 a pound.
Yeah, because they sell them in boxes where it's a flat price too. But but the problem is that this is a fact. I need my grapes, like green grapes and red grapes are my favorite. I need them to be snappy, like I don't like squishy grapes and any form of squish, even slightly. It's like my tomatoes. If I'm feeling a tomato, I don't want it to be hard,
right?
But I need it. It can't be.
Spot.
Yes, it can't be any give on it. Yeah. I don't want a mush tomato.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing with grapes, dude. Yeah. No give. I want it to pop in my mouth, and I need tartness. A little bit of tart on the grape.
Careful there.
A little bit of tart. Yeah. It's not cool to sample strawberries though. Because you got to open the box.
Yeah, they're already enclosed.
Yeah. Avocados need to have a little bit of give there too.
A little bit.
But the trick there is to buy the bag of avocados with like one that's a little bit of give and the others are hard because they'll mature as you keep them around.
They grow older. Yeah. We figured it out.
Game 6 is Friday. Knicks and Pacers.
Yeah. Extra day off could be a sneaky assist.
Yeah.
For the Knicks from a current Indiana Fever player.
Because her debut, is Thursday.
Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark, and they
would have played Thursday.
They would have played Thursday, but they're pushing
Knicks playing 800 minutes a game with 5 guys. Well, they get an extra day off.
Yeah.
Would that help?
Who does that help more?
Yeah. Should help the Knicks.
That's what I'm thinking, because Tom Thibodeau is playing everybody 70 minutes.
So does Indiana now turn on Caitlin Clark?
Is Caitlin Clark the reason why
the Knicks could be in their first Eastern Conference Finals since 2000?
Yeah. Is Caitlin Clark the MVP?
Yeah.
Also, why don't they have MVP of like every series? Why is it just Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, and then the finals?
Yeah.
I think there should be an MVP for every series.
Okay.
But Steph Curry would have probably been the MVP in our series last year, right?
Yes.
Also, with the Knicks being, as you said, one game away from their first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals since 2000. That's 24 years, Jason. Jalen Brunson, his 5th 40-point plus game of the playoffs.
What's happening with him?
I love it.
What a story.
It is a story. It's a great story.
Again, we did the, what his draft profile was back in whatever it was, 2017, 2018. And here he is now, just one of the game's great players.
Well,
it's
and we talked about this. Like, this is where scouting gets so weird. Like how did everybody miss on Jokic? How did everybody miss on Jalen Brunson?
Mm-hmm.
How do they hit on so many? It's just such an inexact science. And I actually feel bad for scouts, because it's not like, here's the thing. Couldn't you make an argument? Like, we know who Sam Presti is, right? We know who R.C. Buford is. We know who Eric Spoelstra is, and Mike Brown and all that. Like, who's the best scout?
Right.
Like, why don't we know the names of, like, why is there not rate of, like, Jason Ross, scout for the whomevers, has an 84% hit rate. Like, why do we not have those metrics?
Yeah, and over the years, for years in Sacramento, Scotty Sterling was the lead scout, and he's got, actually, if anybody takes 5 minutes to read about him, one of the most fascinating lives of all time. But we knew him really well, and he would tell of many stories. But it's a collaborative too. Like in the end, they'd be on a big table, and it's Jerry Reynolds would say who he likes, and he would, and all the other scouts, regional scouts that they had at the time. But at the end, it lands on Jeff.
On Jeff Petrie. Yeah.
Or in this case, Monty. I mean, that you try to do it collaboratively, and hopefully, ideally, it's like, hey, me, you, and Chris were the final decision makers, and we kind of like, we got here. Here's our player. But it might be, I was really pushing for this player. And
I wonder if there's ever a coin flip.
Rock, paper, scissors.
But I'm just telling you, man, honestly, I would want to know who the best scout. That's another thing as an owner.
But I mean, again, that's got to be like the GMs too, where they've missed. And that to me is funny. It was like, I knew, or I felt this player was going to be so great, and they just weren't.
Well, if we know that the Miami Marlins have won 11 straight games on their 40, like, we should be able to know who the best scouts are. 12, excuse me. Sorry. We'll take a break when we come back. Let's get back to the Western Conference. The Timberwolves know Mike Conley, and it mattered a little bit, perhaps. And Nikola Jokic is just amazing. We will slobber on him next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And Logan Ryan picks him up. Looks like they're playing man. Laporta's over there as well. It's 5 out. It's empty on 4th down. Goff back. Not going to get out to his right. Being chased. Throws. And it is incomplete. The 49ers take over on 4th down again.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
This time of year can mean only one thing: Jeeps, and more Jeeps. It's Jeep season at Lodi Jeep Superstore. Leonard Harrington here, and I can't wait to tell you about what we've got going on, because we're talking Jeeps and big savings too. Now you can get the 2024 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 for only $26,999. That's right, just $26,999. And of course, it comes loaded with features like rear view camera, power tailgate, blind spot monitor, Bluetooth, 4-wheel drive, and much more for only $26,999.
More than 5 available at this offer. MSRP $27,495. Lodi CDJR discount $496 equals a sales price of $26,999. See dealer for details. Offer ends 5/31/24.
We're talking Jeeps. We're talking big savings too during the Jeep season, going on now at the Lodi Jeep Superstore, right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
Yeah!
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, I am starting to get hungry. Yes. Nutri-Grain bars aren't cutting it today.
Not working?
No, need some backups. Welcome back. Dante DiVincenzo just posted this to his Instagram. It's one of those memes where, like, a guy has his glasses off and he's looking at somebody and then he rubs them and puts them back on so he can see clear and he sees the person. So Dante DiVincenzo with his glasses off, the guy has his glasses off. It's Peter Parker. What's his name? And it shows Tyrese Halliburton. And then he puts the glasses on and sees that Tyrese Halliburton is actually Ben Simmons.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I'm here for the petty. I'm here for the petty, man. Tom, Richard, all of the petties. All the Lori.
Yeah. Nice.
That it? Tom, Richard, and Lori?
Theft.
Officer. Oh, theft.
Yeah.
MC's giving us crap on me on the. I forget what MC looks like. Didn't we have that picture once from his Twitter or something?
Oh, I don't know.
You know who I was? I know this isn't what he looks like, but for some reason, whenever I think of MC, I think of who's that dude with the horns at the Capitol?
Oh, I don't know his name, but
the shaman.
Anyway, if I remember correctly, isn't he like a big old beard or something?
MC?
Yeah,
I think so.
I can't grow a big beard.
Yeah,
I wish I could. We talked about that the other day. I'd like to see Nikola Jokic grow a beard. Wouldn't that be amazing if he just came back next year with just a big old grizzly beard?
Mountain man beard.
Bearded Jokic would be pretty awesome. You know what? Not bearded Jokic is pretty awesome too. Timberwolves did not have Mike Conley. Denver has now won 3 straight after losing the first 2 at home.
Yeah.
And they are 1 win away from going back to the conference finals. Jason, do they do it in Minnesota or do they do it in Denver?
Or do they do it at all? Yeah, I think they do it. I think they figured out a few things. Again, we talked about this a bit earlier. The second game was so convincing by Minnesota. I think that was logically why people thought, man, what did they figure out? What's wrong with the champs?
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that was kind of missing was Jamal Murray and Jokic playing great. And I don't think that was crazy to think that they could do that. Certainly last night, Jokic was incredible. Murray's been better. KCP was hitting threes last night. They just got more production from a lot of different players. And now it's on Minnesota, who's newer at this, less playoff tested, let's say, to figure out how they can crack this code. Because winners of 3 in a row, yesterday started to get a little bit more and more comfortable even after Minnesota made a run in the third quarter. And we said this even, while a few of these upsets had happened. In the end, if we get Boston and Denver, we kind of got what we thought was going to happen. So the ride was fun for all these other teams, but if that's what it ends up being, I would not be shocked at all.
5 of 15 for Anthony Edwards. That's not very Jordan-like, I say.
Yeah. Thought he was the next thing.
23 points and 6 boards.
He still can be.
Which he can be.
Yeah.
For all the malarkey and hullabaloo, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, just 1 turnover on 100% shooting. 7 of 7 for Rudy Gobert.
Okay. How was Towns?
Towns was 10 of 19.
Okay.
2 of 5 from beyond the arc. So those are splits of about 55 and 40 with 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 turnovers. Yeah. Really, they kind of missed, Anthony Edwards had 18 points.
Yeah.
They lost by 15.
And not having Conley, I think, was a big deal. Towns was hobbled, too, during the game. He was really battling through it. But, yeah, I mean, Minnesota should feel good about coming home. I know they lost the last 2, but that's, now the desperate game, see what they have, the response. And, yeah, I just go back to game 2. I still can't believe how great they played that day.
In retrospect, especially if Denver ends up winning in Minnesota and making this, winning 4 straight. Do we look back at that as just that's the defending champion type thing. They get in cruise control, and then you back them into a corner, and boom, they just turn on the Jets. Like ever since game 2, it's been men against boys.
Yeah, and I know I would say this if I was in Minnesota, if we're doing this show in Minnesota. I think Denver got a huge break by Murray not getting suspended.
I couldn't agree with you more.
So is it why they're ahead? No, but I mean, let's imagine it's 2-0 for the Nuggets, or 0-2 in this case, going to Minnesota without Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's 3-0, but there's a better chance of that happening, and I'm really surprised he wasn't suspended.
As it stands right now, they have won these last 3 games. Denver has by exactly 40 points after losing the first 2 by a combined 33 points, 26 in game 2, and then 7. Yeah, that's the right math in game 1. So it really has just been a tale of 2 different series. And if you're Minnesota, I just don't know what else you can do other than you just got to say, look, we can't.
It's got to be better.
We just have to be better somehow. And for lack of a better term, you just got to suck it up and get more physical and really just lock down more on defense if you can.
I don't think there's many more tweaks. I think those have all been done and adjusted. It's just, look, you won the first 2 games. Can you find more of that magic? If Conley, it sounds like Conley might be back for game 6.
Sure.
So certainly that'll help. But, can you get an off day by Murray, an off day a little bit by Jokic, and then just see if you can force a game 7 back in Denver?
Couple other notes here real quick before the break. The Brooklyn Nets will retire the number 15 of Vince Carter.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. He's going to have a couple of those. I'm a huge fan of Hard Knocks, Jason Ross. Well, the New York Giants are going to be on Hard Knocks for the very first time on the first ever off-season edition of Hard Knocks, which will debut July 2nd at 6 p.m. on HBO. It will be a 5-part series, which comes as the Giants will prepare for their 100th season. And the Giants being on Hard Knocks in any capacity is a concession given the franchise's reluctance in the past. John Mara, the owner, made it clear in the press before, back in 2010, that he had no interest in opening their doors for the camera. In fact, he was quoted at the time saying, "The announcement we will be on Hard Knocks will come when I'm next to my father in the gates of heaven cemetery."
Wow.
He is not dead. He is still alive. And somehow, maybe it's just because it's honestly.
So it's different than the normal one?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like a battle between Mara and Goodell. And Goodell was like, dude, every other team is doing it. We have the rules and you're eligible. You got to do it. Mara's like, no, screw you, Pallywog. I'm not opening the doors.
That's right.
And so this sounds like Goodell maybe, and this is my guess. This is my conspiracy theory. Goodell went to HBO and was like, hey, guys, what about, can we do something else? And they came up with this as like a compromise so that, better to open the doors for off-season than to open it for preseason, basically. Who the heck knows? We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight? We got another NBA doubleheader. Those are winding down. And Logan Webb on the mound for your San Francisco Giants. We will talk about that next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start. You might just want a light layer to get by. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Today is going to be the warmest part of the week with highs pushing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPFest.com. That's CITPFest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Vernick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
Wake hooking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
And Joker, instead of going around him, he just banging and banging and banging. When a guy's banging you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body, come on.
18 points for Joker, only Nugget in double figures. 69-59. Golden State shooting 67.
There will never be another inside the NBA. A couple other notes from last night. I'm gonna steal this from TNT. Old friend Vince Carter on Tyrese Halliburton. If Vince was on the Pacers, what he would say to him.
You're the face of a team, and you've been the face of a team. And you're having a sit-down conversation with Tyrese Halliburton right now about this series going back to his gym in Indiana and about trying to force a Game 7 in this series. What are you telling him?
I just want to hop in for a second just because. And I'm going to say something that's really obvious, but I want to point it out. That's one of 1,000 billion reasons why Ernie Johnson's so good. He's setting up the guy that isn't normally on. Yeah, Vince has been on before. With a question and a lead in it's almost Johnny Carson-esque, where you realize your job is to lob the volleyball up for the spike. You've been the face of a team. You're one of the all-time great leaders in the NBA. What would you say to the young star to get him going? Yeah. And putting Vince in a position where he is just teed up beyond being teed up. He's just a perfect point guard, Ernie Johnson.
Going back to his gym in Indiana and about trying to force a Game 7 in this series. What are you telling him?
As a teammate, and I'm a veteran in that locker room, the first thing I would say to him, you ready to go home? And I feel like that should set the tone right there. You know what you have to do as a superstar. And yes, he's great. He's a great facilitator, but 5 of 9 after what the performance you have on the road when you need to lead your team, it can't happen. So I think he needs to be ultra aggressive, but at the same time, that means getting in the paint, whether the shot there, now making plays. But I just thought he got, and you said it earlier, that he gets passive on the road, particularly in the garden a little bit. It can't happen. So I think, like Jalen Brunson set the tone in the first 5 minutes, that needs to now be Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, and then Draymond added in defensively too.
Well, Draymond Green, I'm glad that's a perfect segue. Draymond spoke about the Timberwolves and Rudy Gobert specifically, and why he believes this series is over.
Listen here, I got 2 things of why this series ain't coming back to Minnesota. Number one, the big Frenchman is sitting on that podium speaking his native language. We need to do this. You need to get a stop.
Okay, first off, that's a pretty good line. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That's a
what is going back to Minnesota.
It's kind of it is actually going to Minnesota. Also, kind of a double entendre with the Frenchman and we. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good, Draymond.
It ain't we. Karl Anthony Towns is actually doing a pretty good job when he's on Joker. It's you, my man, that's getting cooked. So it's no we. Now, yes, you do need help from other guys, but on some of those, help can't help you. Like, you just got to get a stop. So that's number one. Number two, when you're in these playoff series, for me, I'm always looking for the smallest ounce of weakness that I can find. And the way Karl Anthony Towns walked off that floor with the limp after he played the rest of that game totally fine, and then he could barely walk leaving the court, they don't believe anymore. And when you lose belief, this defending champions you're playing against, when you lose the belief, it's over. And they don't believe they can win anymore, which means this series is over.
I don't know if he's right, but I will tell you this. It's one of the reasons why I actually think Draymond can have a really good career doing this. This is a guy that has 4 rings. This is a guy that was an integral part of those 4 rings and was speaking to his strengths. He's talking about defense. And he's talking about when I was on the floor, I was looking for just even the slightest weakness that I could capitalize on. Those are demonstrable things that he has done with success throughout his career, whether you love him or hate him. And I can't stand Draymond Green, but I'm not going to sit here and deny that the guy was a massive part of the Warriors' 4 championships. And here he is, I think, properly dissecting the mental aspect of the Minnesota Timberwolves, the up and coming new upstarts, if you will, versus the defending champions, and what goes into the mental aspect of the game as well.
There's so much to it, and the nuance of that, like we're looking always at,
listen here, I got two.
Okay, enough, Drew.
Better scorer, better defense, all that stuff. But there is the nuance and the little things, and working with Doug on the afternoon for a while, just hearing him talk about the nuance that you're suggesting, like he would do his best to not let another team know that if he was hurt.
Sure.
Because if he knew, oh, Dave just came down and like that left hand, it's just like, I see that. Everybody sees it. Oh, he hurt his thumb somewhere. Well, the next time I reach in, I'm trying for the ball, but, oh, I got that thumb again or that hand. And now does it impact you in any other way? Now, are you not passing it, or you get rid of the ball sooner, or you shoot differently? It's like, that's a small advantage, and you've got to utilize that if you can.
There are players.
Not dirty.
Of course.
Right.
But you got, look, it's like boxing. If you hurt a guy to the ribs,
when you did it.
Keep going.
Right.
I remember Katie telling me a story years ago, Katie Christensen, when she was doing sidelines, and she was interviewing Bogdan Bogdanovic after the game, and she asked about his toe. And he gave her like this real quick non-answer, like, and Bogey was always like super accommodating, super vocal and all that. And then afterwards, I guess the whole thing was he was obsessed with not talking about injuries, didn't want to put it out there, didn't want to. It's the reason why the NBA and really all sports require teams to put out an injury report, because otherwise no one would ever put out an injury report. Why would you give another team, and oh, by the way, you can't put a guy on there injured who's not injured either. You can't do it both ways. Why are you going to have that gamesmanship? It's interesting how they are. Players are superstitious too. Sam's got a new article out with The Athletic. He just put a link out, and the headline is for him: the Nuggets look cooked after game 2. So they headed to a steakhouse in Minneapolis to get their heads and hearts right. But Aaron Gordon didn't make it. He's been uninvited ever since, and they've won 3 straight. It's inside the team dinner, the superstition, and everything that might have saved this series. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was watching, I'm not an athlete. I'm far from it. I was watching Florida State Auburn for the national championship. It was their last national title game for football. I had my mom and dad over, Florida State grads. Go back and look at the box score. FSU was losing to Auburn. And my dad went inside to watch a little bit of it with the kids, and we were in the man cave. Florida State goes on a run. My dad, he's got his old fraternity mug. He's drinking beer out of the whole thing. It's my dad.
In the room.
Dad, you got to go out. And he thought I was like, Dad, you can't come in here. Right. They're on a run.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
That is right. Facts. Well, I always say about this, because people are like, that's not what happened. And I'm like, we can't prove it doesn't work, so why not do it?
Did you happen to see Tracy Morgan talking to Draymond Green?
No, I saw a clip. I didn't hear it though.
I do have it.
You do have it? Please,
yes.
Go ahead, roll tape.
Family. Let me tell you something, Draymond. I love you like cook food. I love you like the fat kid love cake. Don't talk crap about my team. This is New York City, kid. This is the home of King Kong. This is where he died, okay? The Warriors is from there, okay?
I think
Draymond's basically been saying this is it's a one year thing.
I think Tracy Morgan might be one of the few people on earth that Draymond Green might be like, okay, all right, we're good.
I've never heard New York City described as the place where King Kong is from. This is where he died.
Tracy Morgan he's one of those dudes. You're like, I'm good. I'm not messing with you. I'm good, Tracy. You're very funny, and I want to be on your good. He's one of those guys I would 100% want to be on his good side.
Sure.
He's also a very funny young man. We'll take a break. By the way, Cavs Celtics tonight, game 5. As our Mavs and Thunder, there's your doubleheader. Also, baseball action. The A's and Astros, Dodgers, Giants, both the A's and Giants looking for their first wins of the series. Logan Webb on the mound.
There's a chance.
There is a chance. We'll take a break. When we come back, we wrap up the show. Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays, which I hope goes better for me than yesterday's celebrity birthdays. Coming up right after this.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment. And there's more. Save 10% when you buy 2 or more packs of 360 Trex Universal Hidden Fasteners. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia of Vacaville. Are you ready for an exceptional automotive journey? We're excited to present to you the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. As May unfolds, come explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. Beyond being just a vehicle, it embodies a lifestyle with a seamless blend of sophistication and practicality. The Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to extraordinary heights. Whether you're embarking on a family getaway or navigating busy city streets, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Moreover, with Kia's unwavering commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with absolute confidence wherever your adventures take you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Experience the exceptional Kia Telluride firsthand. Visit us today at Kia of Vacaville and take advantage of exclusive offers during the May Springtime Sales Event. Your adventure awaits. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
Hagen Oaks Demo Days is in the home stretch, and this is your last chance to register for an individual fitting appointment with the manufacturer's fitting staff from Ping, TaylorMade, Mizuno, Callaway, Cleveland, Strixon, and Zexio. You've waited many long months for the new golf season, and Hagen Oaks has your new golf gear right now. Book your individual Hagen Oaks Demo Days fitting appointment. Call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for your personal fitting. Hagen Oaks, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway or HagenOaks.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael.
the sample?
I wash my grapes.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you want to know if they're good grapes or not.
It wouldn't be washed.
I've never considered.
Oh,
it.
I get what you're
Probably be.
What does
probably
she do?
fine. Just like grab
Opens a water and
Coke and
why?
in line. It's more in line
By the
than
way,
walking through the store.
Nice flex there. I'm Chris. I have a girlfriend. Thanks.
Sick flex.
Nice. Nice.
Ridiculous
We
flex.
get it, Chris.
Yeah,
You're
we get it.
attractive.
That's right.
Gee.
I mean, how long's the line? I mean, what do we do?
Well, I'm just saying, you're in the store. The whole thing came up because every time I'm in the store, it's like in the bakery section, French bread, hot off the presses. Now I'll sometimes go get one because I'm hungry, and I'll just kind of take a chunk out and have a little snack while I'm shopping,
and then put the bread back.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I pay for it. Or on occasion, I've been parched. Oh, here's a Snapple. I might have the Snapple.
Yeah.
I'll put the lid on and.
I think it's probably fine. I think it's more something that I've overthought and have thought like an employee. Stop it. And I just think like an employee is going to walk. And sir, can you? You're not allowed.
I think I've seen that happen.
Really?
It just takes
Hey,
one.
no.
It always just takes one.
If an employee came up to me,
Well, yeah, you could tell him to shove it.
I mean,
but
I'd be
it's like,
super polite. What am I?
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. I know it sounded terrible, but no,
I'm going to open a second Snapple.
Right, I'd be like, hold on, I'm buying
Well, sir,
this.
if you can drink the Snapple, then I have to let everybody drink the Snapple.
You have to take a bite, right, of whatever you're doing, and just have either the cash or the card in the other hand and say, hey, I'm paying for this.
I just go over and lick everything.
Yeah.
Just be, ha-ha!
Ariana Grande did that.
But look,
It's a donut.
in a world where you have people like mass shoplifting, if I want to have a Snapple and put it in my cart of $100-something of groceries I'm going to buy in 5 minutes, and you're coming up to me with an issue about that, I'm like, okay, start with, by the way, getting all the service animals out of here, because I ain't buying the emotional support peacock that the lady has now for. It's not happening.
But you know what this argument is? It's the same thing we saw in the women's national championship and also in the playoffs.
Just let him land
the moving screens, right? Hey, you can't make that call, but yes, it's technically a moving screen. Technically, you're breaking the rules, but you can't make that call. Let it go.
916-339-1140 is our text line. I'd like to see if in the next 5-6 minutes, does somebody work at a grocery store? Have you worked at a grocery store? Is it actually, I mean, maybe you're right. Is it against the rules for a customer to, let's say, sip on an iced tea in their cart or eat whatever?
You have not paid yet.
But you know what?
It's just a dangerous
Hold
precedent.
on a
because
second. You
these
have not
people are
paid
walking
yet.
in who might not have the funds for it.
You have
and
not
it's-
paid yet, says the guy that's been to many sit-down restaurants. Oh,
It's
my
a different
God.
establishment
No,
completely.
it's not. You can't even recover from that sick burn.
That screen was moving.
So moving,
that
bro.
was a moving screen.
Today's National Nylon Stocking Day. The only reason I bring that up is because are there any stocking commercials? No, remember like Legs and LEGG''S and all this. I'm not a woman. No, I just do stockings exist? Do people wear?
They definitely exist.
I'm wearing it now.
I can't remember the last time. Not that I'm looking at people's legs all the time. I'm not a weirdo, but like I don't see that. It's like Dentine or Nuprin. Like it's just not there.
That's right.
Shout out to stockings. Celebrity birthdays. Let's do better today than we did yesterday, shall we? Brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Fire.
That's not what I was talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to your family.
Yeah. Damn it, Chris.
Happy birthday, Ray.
Ray McLeod.
Boom Boom Mancini. Ray McLeod.
McCallum.
Ray
Lewis.
Shout out.
Ray
Lewis.
What is he?
Well, that depends on who you talk to. Ray Lewis is 43.
That's not where I was going.
No?
47.
45.
Yeah, you're right.
Big 5-0.
in Miami.
Christopher Love's the closest, 49. Happy birthday, Emmett.
Smith.
Yeah.
What would be...
No.
Emmett Smith is... I'm just quitting this game, dude. Emmett Smith is... Let's see. You went from University of Miami to University of Florida. Emmett Smith is 58. It's pretty old, actually.
I'll say 52.
55.
57.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles,
Really?
55 for Emmett
Jason
Smith.
Williams.
Happy birthday,
Double nickel.
Dan.
Cortez.
Patrick.
Cortez. I'm sticking with
Dan Patrick.
Danny Pats is
I didn't hear you.
he's 68.
72, Mr. Commissioner.
At University. 71.
By the way, Emmett Smith is not the greatest running back of all time. Everybody on the chat line.
Adrian
Get
Peterson
out of
agreed.
here. It's Barry Sanders on that.
66.
We have a correct
Junior.
answer. It is Carmichael Day.
Hey!
68.
Wow.
Happy birthday
it.
to Don
Madison.
Staley.
Nelson.
No.
Ah.
Weed smoking Hawaii
Yes.
living Don Nelson.
There we go.
Twist it.
Donald Nelson is 73.
75.
I feel like he's 80. Yeah. I'm going to say 81.
Yeah.
No.
79.
No.
I think he's up
Chris Watkins is
Yeah.
the closest, 84.
No
there. I was
way.
like, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Way.
It's a miracle.
God, I remember interviewing him 20 years ago, and he looked
When he
like
was
a catcher's
64.
mitt. Yeah, it's no, I meant that in a good way. He just looked old.
In a good
He'd
way.
always have like a Bud Light in his hand.
You look like a catcher's mitt, but in a good way.
What's coming up on the show?
Like
the
he looked
chippiness
old.
of
You're not-
the NBA playoffs, fair or foul. Also, Malik Monk watch. A new video just dropped.
Oh.
How you feeling about Malik staying in Sacramento?
Why do you say that? Why do you say stay in Sacramento?
The video.
What do you know? Oh, okay. I thought, oh my God. I'm tuning in. I'm just saying, I'm intrigued. Do we need to have a talk someday about fair or foul, by the way? Just saying. Safer out, fair or foul. Yeah. All right, plagiarist coming up right after this.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings?